Just chill out here until one of Blank can be bothered to find the all clip.
Just let him deal with it.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to VR Master League here in the EU Cycle 1 Challenger Cup. We're here in venues, we're here on Twitch, we're here on YouTube and Facebook Live. We're here a little bit of everywhere. I'm very excited to say that. I am Palador, and joining me here on the cast, we've got Nightfire, we've got Sputnik Cobra, we've got Strembitsky, and so much for subtlety as well in the cams. Guys, big day. How are you feeling, Nightfire?
This is the most hype moment of Season 3 so far. You know, these Challenger Cups are going to be some of the best echo that you can tune into, and I am thrilled to see these teams fight for a chance to get up to that Master Tier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a really good one. I can feel it. We got so much great stuff ahead. 5 matches here today. Sputnik Cobra is going to be streaming or casting alongside Nightfire here. And how you feeling, Sput?
I'm feeling great. I'm excited to see these matches. I'm excited to start off this Challenger Cup on venues, be back on venues, and I'm just pumped.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Strembitsky, we're going to have Strembitsky here on the cast as well, doing the sideline commentary. And Strem, how about you?
I'm actually really excited. Just in the game right now, listening to the players just talk in their pre-game warm-up, and they seem just as excited as we are. I can't wait to start.
All right, well, we're going to get them here started here soon. And yeah, going to be a good one, no doubt. We got a Blank versus Hyperion here first. I think we'll adjust that on the overlays here in just a second. But yeah, we do have Hyperion and Blank and venues. Well, the plan is now things could change depending on how things go in terms of there are some early upsets. You know, we'll try to get the hypest matches here on stream for you guys. But we'll have Blank versus Hyperion. The plan is also Nameless versus Baked Potato. Blank versus Nameless, Baked Potato versus Blank, and Hyperion versus Baked Potato. So, again, things may change a little bit later on. Maybe. Just depending on how all that goes. But with that said, yeah, we're going to tell these teams to begin here quite soon. Again, on the cameras, we'll have so much for subtlety as well with some cool stuff for you. And with that, yeah, you might see some cool new overlay stuff as well on some jousts and things like that. So, a lot to look forward to. Of course, we do have the channels rolling on VRML 2 and 3 on our Twitch as well to try and feature some of these other teams as well throughout the streams and throughout the day. We have the North American Cups happening a bit later on, about 6 hours from now. So set your watches for that as well, but we're doing it all day.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of really good action across all of the channels, and I'm really stoked to get into all of it. I mean, this Challenger Cup is it's a new thing that we're bringing to this season 3, and I really want to see, you know, how these teams fight across what is going to be a long day, Pally. I mean, you got to think about stamina. You know, there is a good bit of stamina that goes into these 5-hour sometimes days.
Yeah, we're gonna start here in just a few seconds and a few minutes, maybe, as the teams get ready.
I think we have this. I think this game has been live. We did have some technical difficulties. We are back into the lobby, and I think we are. If I'm not mistaken, we're already tied 2-2, Palador.
All right, well, we're going right to it. So Sputnik and Nightfire take it away. We get teams on the stream here, and we'll switch them up on the overlays as well, and off to it.
So we're right into this game. It's 2-2. Almost 90 seconds off the clock, Nightfire. Let's get ready to go.
Yeah, we apologies for missing these first 2 goals. We did have just a brief tech hiccup there, but everything seems to have been sorted. We had to buy a little bit of time, and now we are here ready to dive into what is going to be a pretty exciting matchup, as already we have 2 goals back to back, and now a bit of a brawl in the center field. Blank trying to work their way up into Hyperion's zone. They have a good bit of setup. There's a nice intercept from Echo. Scoops it up and tries to fire it down for the clear. The stack comes in, disrupted a little bit there. Looks like Taz and this Blank offense trying to get aggressive. Moshi and the stack push up spot and find 2.
And this is explosive. We talk about like playoff intensity, and this is even playoffs. So this is just the Challenger Cup, but it feels like it. These teams are playing as hard as they can, and 3 points right there to Hyperion.
See how Blank responds with their offensive joust. Again, a shout out to everyone joining in on Venues, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, wherever you're at. We appreciate you dropping by. This is Echo Arena. This is some of the best duking it out. They're fighting for a chance to compete in the master tier. A bit of a backboard pass gets interrupted by Howler. A good clear doesn't catch the tunnel. And it does lead to a bit of fighting for the disc space. There's a pass up, goes a bit wide, and every missed pass should go punished. Does manage to bounce back into the hands of Taz, though, and Blank going to be able to set up for an attack.
So Panish taking her time at the back line, trying to pull out this defense, sending it forward into the bubble. They'll get the reception down to the floor. Don't have an angle. They'll take it right back out of the bubble. They'll try again. So now Strike with it. Going to make this drive into the bubble. He's going to take this shot, and that's going to bounce right off the crossbar.
And I like to see that little bit of a reset, you know, but they recognize, hey, this isn't how we want to attack. Let's not waste an opportunity. Let's make sure we're going to do it right, and they backed off. Now this pass to the bottom, the cross. An excellent cross from the bottom of the zone from Strike there. J for Jack snags it under pressure and finds 2.
An excellent recovery from Blank, able to get the rebound off the crossbar, get it back into the bubble, find J for Jack, and he's going to put it in at a meter, so it's only a 1-point differential favoring Hyperion right now.
Underway, the offensive joust for Hyperion. They tried to clear down, but they didn't get to disc in time. Blank able to disrupt. The stack comes flying in before the defense of Hyperion can have a chance to react. And just like that, Spot, we flipped scores 6-5.
And it's back and forth. These teams are so evenly matched. I'm excited to see. We got 4 more matches after this on Venues. This is going to be a great great day of matches. I can't even speak. I'm so excited. So Howler now with possession, setting it to the wall. You can see that stack from Blank trying to respond. They already caused that turnover on the previous joust advantage from Hyperion. And they're trying to do it again. They'll overshoot that. And they'll try and recollect at the backcourt of Hyperion. So Hyperion getting this forward progress, working their way into the bubble. They have somewhat of an advantage, but Blank will recover into the bubble on defense. So now Moshi with possession, sending it back to the floor to Cinnamon. Cinnamon looking for an angle, going for that cross, but it's actually going to get the player behind.
What?
He's going to get it right to the bottom pocket. So, you know, the player from Hyperion sailed past that in front of the goal, but luckily there was a secondary pass, and Echo Zero is going to come away with the 2 points.
I think we were both tricked there, Spud. I thought that was going to cross pass to the center, and suddenly it's nearly a 3-point pass. They almost had the opportunity there to take that shot outside of the bubble, and still a nice, that's a quick 2-pointer to get sunk in there under pressure. Really nice job, and you love to see it. Hyperion with a bounce back here as we battle for dispossession in the midfield. Blank trying to set something up.
And setting it back forward, and they're setting it right back. But that time they won't find it. That stack will disrupt it, cause a turnover, but they'll recover it. So now J for Jack with it, sending it forward, getting it to the tube to Tosi. Tosi not under pressure just yet. He's at the back line. And he's taking his time. He's trying to pull that defender out. He does succeed that in getting that pass off that bounce off the trench will be J for Jack. J for Jack now sending it back to that backline player to Panish. So they're getting their form together. They're getting their positioning and passes as they work their way into this bubble. They're going to send it right to Tosi. Tosi's looking for an angle. He's going to drive into the goal, and he's going to find 2 points at 3 meters. So they've been maintaining this 1 point differential for 2 minutes now, 3 minutes. This is an insane game.
You love to see it. I mean, this is exactly what we're hoping for when we come into this Challenger Cup. What a way to kick it off. A back-to-back game, 1 point lead here for Blank, and it has been being exchanged. It has gone back and forth between Hyperion and Blank. With 3 minutes and 45 left, this round one is delivering. Hyperion now on their offensive joust, trying to get through this aggressive defense that's pushed forward up through the midfield. Echo has his hand on the disc, and he's going to try and walk this one up. Uncontested so far. Has to pass back as the defense does zip in, and now the setup for Hyperion. Can they get an attack opportunity onto the goal? That's the big question. They are surrounding the zone. They are trying to set something up. This man-on-man defense proving to be a little bit difficult. Echo somehow managed to sneak behind, though, and a nice setup pass as he works himself off the backboard for 2.
So they were able to pull out that forward defender. That forward defender from Blank would recover to the shield, but they weren't able to find that player at the ceiling, and Echo Zero would be able to drive it right in at a meter. So now it's a 1 point differential in favor of Hyperion. Blank to QB, that stack coming in, flying past the QB, getting stunned out by that player from Blank. So Blank now with possession and maintaining it in their backcourt, sending it to that backline player, Paddish. Paddish back to J for Jack. And they're really playing conservatively right now. They're trying to stop that stack. They got one player from that stack, but still contesting that possession would be a player from Hyperion. So, I mean, look at this short passing. It's just really on point right now for Blank.
Yeah, this stack's right up in their grill, and they're trying to react with the short passes, and it manages to thread the. I mean, they navigate around that aggressive double stack, and I mean, you're pointing it out there, but in that I mean, they were really. Hyperion was forcing this out of Blank, but for Blank to react like that is so good to see. You love to see these teams adapting to different jousts, to different offensive and defensive pushes, and Blank doing a great job reacting to that double stack, and we call it a stack because it's 2 players holding on to each other and essentially boosting off of each other. You see it regularly throughout this whole series. If you notice 2 players clinging onto each other, they're throwing each other off of to get momentum and speed, and so it's sort of a way of flying across the field at maximum speed, and it's how these players get down to these discs so fast, as there is a good bit of a challenge. The defense, all 4 here to contest it. Not going to be an easy shot for Hyperion.
And Tosi will find possession, find that clear. That backline player of Hyperion won't be there, and these stacks are coming through. Hyperion does have the advantage, but Blank is hot on their heels and getting that forward pass to Echo Zero, so avoiding that one. And now this clear down court is going to be at ceiling, going to be picked up by Cinnamon. Cinnamon looking for an opportunity. Cinnamon sending it to the floor. And now Mochi with the drive up to the goal, up to the backboard, and Echo Zero going to finish it off. So, you know, this whole round has been a 1 point differential. And this could easily go to overtime, but who's gonna pull it off?
God, yeah. The thing is, with this 1 point lead and the way things are going, there's going to need to be a 3 for this to go to OT. It very well could be a 1 point victory in round 1 for one of these teams. If they keep exchanging 2s, this is how it's going to go. And with 33 seconds left, Blank have to set something up. The stun on the bottom of the zone still results in Blank getting disc. Now they're going to try and set up the 2v1 opportunity here for the cross. He's just going to walk it in. Strike doesn't even set anything up with this team. He says, I'll get this too. I'm going to lock in round 1 for us, and dunks it in. And now, I don't know, Spud, is it possible with 13 seconds left, can Hyperion find the points they need?
It's definitely possible, and I always say this, they have to execute perfectly, but it looks like they're going to have 4 seconds. So Hyperion now with possession, they're going to headbutt it. That was their only chance. It's going to be picked up by Strike, and that's the first round of Blank by 1 point.
Oh my goodness, what a way to kick off the venue street. I mean, thank you everyone for tuning in. This is how you want to start it off. Am I right, Strembitsky? How do you stay quiet during such high-octane action? Give me the breakdown of this round.
That was a super good round to start us off. Unfortunately, you missed the first 2 points. It's no big deal. I can say definitely it was really, really fast. Only about 50 seconds passed, and both teams had scored a 2. Right off the bat, we saw Hyperion with their excellent chain. Moshi, Echo Zero, and Cinnamon, namely, always finding a boost, while Howler holds the backline. And then we've got Blank, namely Padish, always offering a safe back pass, having great tap passing and bubble offense. About halfway through, Blank started finding their speed with their stack as well, and getting a lot of momentum. And the whole game we saw is just back and forth, back and forth. Hyperion with a lot of steezy passing plays as well. The man coverage and tight passing from both teams. However, something that I want to see as a change is the chains are boosting relatively easy. They're not being contested because both teams are trying to boost with their teammates, right? They're not focusing on the other team's chain. However, they split up and changed to man defense once the disc gets to their side of the arena. So if they just kept pressure with the double chain, based on how both teams are playing on offense, they could see success. But what do I know? Hopefully we see what they find out what they got, and starting this next match, 2 seconds. Let's go.
Round 2 underway. If you're just tuning in, you've missed an exciting round 1. This is Hyperion versus Blank, and out the gate, it is into the hands of Blank. They're going to try and set up the attack. I'm Nightfire here with Sput. This has been a good series so far, Sput.
Absolutely. So Padish now with possession, and you see how controlled their offense is. They get that pass forward, and they're looking for an opportunity. They don't have it. They can send it back to Padish. Padish going to be stunned out. So this is a stop for Hyperion. This is the clear. It's going to not be through 2, but they have to recover at the wall. They will not get it. We'll be back in the hands of Blank. And Blank going for that long shot, and that's good. J for Jack is going to put 3 points on the board. 30 seconds off the clock, and that's this second round.
Now, we can... Maybe Strem's been taking high-tier notes, but I'm pretty sure that's the first 3 of the series, because I think we've just had a back and forth with 2s. No, I think there must have been a 3 at some point, but either way, a big way for Blank to kick off this round 2. They are trying to lock in this first series of the day. They want to come out of here with 2 wins and be done with it. Hyperion's not going to make it that easy, though. The blitz comes in, a brief disrupt. Slap away out of the zone, gives enough time for Blank to grab disc and hopefully clear out of their side as Hyperion tried to get aggressive.
And getting stunned out, be picked up by Hyperion. Echo Zero now going for his own 3. That one's not going to be on target. Will be picked up and slapped by that backline player of Blank, but it will be a loss of possession at the ceiling. Now a scramble at the floor. That's backstack coming through. Moshi sending it forward to Cinnamon. Cinnamon going to be stunned out. You can see how strong this defense is and how hard these players are just playing right now, as redundant as that is, but it will be a loss of possession. It'll be a loose disc. It'll be picked up by Strike, sending it towards the backcourt of Hyperion. Hyperion will pick it up at the floor, so you can just see this intensity right now.
Yeah, you can see the intensity, you can see the focus. You know, you can watch their movements and see the urgency and everything they're doing. It's very fast, it's very quick, and you don't hear it, but their comms are all very active. They're calling out everything. They're calling out if you're getting someone's on their back, if they're being pushed. They're calling out for passes. There's so much teamwork, communication that goes on. That's a near 3 off of the roof. Goes just a bit wide. A quick rebound though, and J for Jack swings around to the back of the goal for 2, just like that.
And now Blank with this strong start, 2 minutes 30 seconds off the clock, and they've got this traction now. They're gaining momentum. They get that little steezy of a dunk on Hyperion. So now Hyperion with possession. Howler up to Moshi. Moshi gonna survey the court, send it to Tube. Now Echo Zero with possession, sending it cross, but no one's there. It's gonna bounce. That backstack coming through, trying to find the rebound, and not able to get it will be both players from Hyperion, and now it's a turnover into the hands of Padish.
And Hyperion feeling a bit of pressure here. If the biggest lead we've had in this series gets piled on. J for Jack, recognizing an opportunity, picks up a crazy pass and finds 3.
And Blank is just gaining more and more momentum. It seems that Hyperion is a little bit off kilter right now. They're trying to recover, so they will have Joust advantage. Sending it to right 2 will be the QB. Moshi feeding it forward on that relay back to Moshi. Trying to pull out that stack from Blank. There will be 2 stuns happening along the wall, and this defense needs to recover. They have this advantage. They need to get into the bubble and maintain the momentum, and they'll get it behind the goal, and Echo Zero will finish it off at 2 meters.
And there's the setup that Hyperion has been using regularly in this series. That toss from the bottom of the zone up to the backboard for that 2 into the back of the zone, the back of the goal. It's been working really well for them, and finally they have the opportunity to set it up. The stack nearly disrupted them out of their offensive joust, but they're on the board now in round 2, and as long as they can disrupt this offensive joust, which you can see they're trying to do in the midfield, they may be able to continue to pile on. Blank really just need to buy time, though. They're in no rush. They have a nice, comfortable 6-point lead. Well, is it that comfortable?
You never know with these games. The tides can turn drastically, and that headbutt will come through. Bounce off the Geo, now be at mid, and these two players will challenge it. Echo Zero will come away with it. Going for this long clear, and that backstack from Blank will come through and get that slap, but you see all 4 players from Hyperion there in the tube, and they will come away with possession. Moshi under pressure, sending it forward, getting it along the wall to Echo Zero. Echo Zero has a pass opportunity at floor for maybe Shield, and he's going to get the cross, and that's
Great
2
pass.
points. Howler, so now 4 points from Hyperion. Hyperion is gaining back some momentum. They're getting their focus together, and we at the halftime point for this second round, so they can easily do this. They can come back, they can take the second round and force a third one.
Yeah, you know, I said 6 is comfortable, but it's really not when you're up against these teams at this caliber. You know, squads are so capable of sinking a couple of threes back to back. It's something you have to always be ready, be wary for. You can never let up. There was an attempted cross pass for 2 that goes a bit wide, and it is going to allow for potential moment of brief respite for Hyperion there. It was a nice setup attack here. They are again going for the offense. Blank trying to get inside the zone of Hyperion. The pass in the back of the zone gets disrupted. A great intercept from Echo and a full clear down the tunnel. Here comes the stack. Maybe they can find some points off of this.
And now with possession, we Echo Zero going for the 3, and that's gonna be missed. That would have put them at 1 point deficit. And now with that pass below the goal, Cinnamon back out of the bubble into the hands of Echo Zero. Echo Zero with the drive, and he's gonna find 2 points. So luckily they'll be able to find that rebound off that missed 3 and still be able to capitalize.
You know what I'm seeing here is some really great high level play out of Hyperion. And I don't know if they're doing it intentionally, but they always seem to have somebody in the back of maybe a potential pass ready to rebound in case it goes wider, in case they want to go for the alternate option. And in that case again, Spud, I was tricked. I thought that was a cross pass to the center, and instead it goes a bit to the back. And then the guy that I thought it was going to ends up stunning. You know, he's brawling in the goal, opening up an opportunity for the player behind. It's a really nice setup from Hyperion that's worked for them a few times. Now Blank looking for an opportunity to attack. They get through the single goalie. J for Jack finds 2, and I mean, Blank's not going to make it easy, that's for sure.
So Blank's QB was able to hold up that stack at the backcourt of Blank, giving J for Jack more than enough time to make that drive into the goal. But you saw that back stack from Hyperion almost get there in time, but it just wasn't enough. So now Hyperion with possession, sending it along the wall to Echo Zero. Echo Zero not under pressure just yet, but as I say that back stack would come through. So Howler now with it. Howler down to the floor and into the bubble. Echo Zero trying to find an opportunity. He's going to get stunned out, but picking it up will be Moshi. Moshi will lose it. And now this clear will come through, and it won't be on target, but that stack will find it. And J for Jack now with possession.
Great defense coming in from Blank. A crazy intercept there from Echo. Really nice clear, too. Here comes the stack. Is this an open goal 3 opportunity? He bounces on the backboard and dings on the lower end of the goal. That could have been a 1 point. Could have been the lead getting shrunken down to just 1 point. Instead, a good clear comes in, and it looks like Blank are going to go back on the offensive. Quickly rebounding off of a potential 3-point goal there. Now the brawl in the back of the zone. It nearly goes in a couple of times. The rebound gets into the hands of Moshi finally as he clears it down.
That was a loss of possession 5 times maybe right there in the bubble, but recovering it will be Blank. So Blank has possession now. They have this 4-point lead, throwing the interception in the hands of Echo Zero. Echo Zero is not able to get it through mid, and Hyperion now trying to find it at the ceiling, getting stunned out, and then a slap through coming out. So just back and forth right now. You can see this intensity, and it is entertaining and off the ceiling. That won't be on target. So now I'm able to find that boob shot, and now back in the hands of Blank.
Whew. Take a breather, because Blank are slowing things down just a touch as they move in for the attack. They already have the lead. They're looking to pile on. The setup to the top of the zone. The defense is here, and they're disrupting. A great snag from Howler. Prevents that one from going in, but doesn't get the full clear. Still into the hands of Blank. They continue their offensive push, but this defense from Hyperion is looking great right now. They've turned on in this last minute. Question is can they get enough points in this last minute? If they score here, it's game over. They can't let Blank find any more points. 50 seconds, tick down and strike. It's now 2-3s, but I don't know if it's possible with the time left.
I don't think it is possible, but Howler able to find that save. He had a great series of saves, but they weren't able to get it out of their backcourt. Weren't able to get it out of the bubble on that last drive, so Blank would capitalize on it. And it will be more than likely Blank taking this in 2 rounds.
A pretty wild start to our Venues series here, to the Venues debut. Shout out to everyone that's tuning in. A crazy backboard 3 from Echo with 15 seconds left. But we said 2-3. I mean, I don't know. There's not even enough time. Not even enough time.
There's not enough time. That buzzer will ring. I know. I mean, what a great start to this day. We're back on Venues. We're here with everyone. And we just see this intensity from these teams, and just a great initial series.
Oh, wow. Strem, break us down round 2, because that was another amazing back and forth.
Honestly, right off the bat, Blank starting it off with that pivotal 3-pointer. The scoreline at the end, other than the nail in the coffin, was 9-6. The whole game, like you said, was back and forth, just like the first round. If Blank doesn't start with that 3-pointer, and you even said how rare it was, because the first round we did not see almost any 3-pointers. They were playing ahead the entire round. And round 2 was much more intense as well. Lots of fast chains, panic clears, the disc was loose often, and Blank seemingly benefited from the chaos, and the momentum just kept on stacking in their favor. However, a single 2-pointer stole all of that momentum back for Hyperion. Suddenly, the game became very, very slowly, and Hyperion was just running the offense and the defense with dominance and made up the difference. I believe it was 4-6 or maybe 6-8. And then it just kind of devolved back into madness. I think the whole series, and especially this round, was pretty much defined in that one play where both teams were on Hyperion's goal, and we saw like 6 saves in 5 seconds. Sheer will and drive, just lots of pressure for both teams, of course. But we see Blank here taking the dub, getting out with the series with the win. So good for them.
Yeah, I mean, again, a great way to kick off the start of this Venue series. If you are just tuning in, we got 4 more games coming up. We also have other games potentially live now on Echo Arena, VRML 2 and 3, if you want to catch the other teams playing in this Round Robin Cup. But believe us, there's going to be some good ones here on Venue, so you're going to be sure you're going to want to tune in and stay here for more games. I think we're prepping to hop into our next matchups, but what is our next matchup for the day? I think we're following Blank for a few games, but I don't know the exact lay of the land.
So, checking the schedule, we just saw Blank versus Hyperion, so
Yep.
now we're gonna see Nameless versus Baked Potato, and round 3 is gonna be Blank versus Nameless, and round 4 Baked Potato versus Blank. So we're gonna see a lot of Blank today.
Yeah.
And then finishing off the day for European region will be round 5 with Hyperion versus Baked Potato.
There may be a lot of Blank, but the idea is that you'll see every team in the round robin play here in Venues, on VRML, on YouTube, on Facebook. So you can stay here and you'll catch all of the teams. You'll be sure to root whoever you want to root for. And Nameless versus Baked Potato up next. I think we'll cut to a brief intermission and we'll be right back with game number 2 of the Challenger Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VRML Season 3.
Trap walk there in the far side trap, but it was a beautiful bounce. It was, the trajectory looked perfect to me from my angle, and it was another opportunity there. Snowy Blue, and that's going to be our first goal of the first round of the first game of Season 3. A minute 9 in, going to Snowy Blue here for Tier to kick us off. It's Season 3 for Master Tier. I am so excited to look at that. Look at that Joker is out of the tube and at midfield in no time at all, and just like that, Brad, knife through butter.
Oh no.
They just slide it right in, and they're up by 2 in 10 seconds.
Or Froggy was there in the area, sends it to the bow tie. Now over at bow tie, there's Ninja Knights, just juggling it around and waiting for the defense to be baited out. Now they enabled this shot, but look at the save from Stody. Stody, the hot start, not only on the offensive end, on the defense as well. There's Stody again. Stody just doing a little bit of everything, all by his lonesome. A little shot fake and whirl around and juking into the oop. It's 7 points for tempo, and Stody is feeling hot.
Will be Cam Jam off the right shoulder. If he can find a few points, he will find the pass to Cosby, but the save yet again.
It's getting more active here for Redshift, but getting tangled up in the backfield. What a stop there by Kaznaz on the shot from Kong.
Towards the other side of the arena, but Space able to pick it up, and he's going to reset it back to the goaltender, Flynn. And so Flynn looking for the cross pass in the own zone. Looks like they're just trying to keep control of the disc here and have a controlled exit of their own zone instead of just clearing it down and chasing after it. So some great passing here from the upside down team as Flynn takes the disc and gets the disc to Space down in the right hand tunnel. He'll go for the open end shot, but it's going to hit off the geometry. That small little block there gets in the way sometimes. He's going for a rebound, he puts it in off the backboard. It's in for the first 3 points of the game.
You're expecting certain levels of greatness, of course, but Redshift, do not sleep on them, because these guys, Kaznaz just as much as anyone has game scores here. You know, they surprise.
Hi, my name is Mazi and I play for Ethereal.
Hey, my name is Singshot. I play for Team Ethereal.
Hi, my name is C. Jason and I play for Ethereal.
Hi, my name is Jiggy and I play for Team Ethereal.
So my role in the team is, well, technically I'm the goalie, but I also do things like QB and play the back line. So I like to think of it as like I'm the big brain of the team. You know, sometimes I call the plays and I kind of guide them on offense and defense.
I like how we can have fun and be serious whenever we want to.
Are you saying we're a bunch of trollers, Jiggy?
Yep.
That's so toxic.
Palador here with VRML Top Plays, featuring a match between Synapse and Joker. And man, were these highlights great. 13 plays on this list, starting off with some good defense, but Joker escalates their crimes from jaywalking to straight up thievery. At 12, forget what you know about snakes because this Mamba's got hands. A sweet pick and pop from a narrow angle just past the defender. At 11, forget what you know about snakes again because this Mamba's got wings, flying into a well-read rebound and uncoiling with a fancy finish. Number 10, it's game from Joker doing what he does on the regular with a tight fadeaway as the clock fades away on round 1. Next up, it's game again with a Matador move as he bullies the defense. I know what you're thinking, keep those puns up and you'll be mad at door too. Moving on. At 8, it's Jaywalker trying to juggle, as Jokers do, but .com gets some revenge from earlier with the blockage. At 7, the Apex Predator is back. Mamba hunting heads, then hunting that disc with laser focus in spite of the jukes during round 1 crunch time. Forget what you know about snakes. What you need to know about Mamba is that he's right at home here in the Master Division. Cracking the top 6, and the top of several heads. This shot takes a fortuitous bounce off of .com's noggin, and then it's Zach going full Hulk mode to halt both of Joker's stacks, allowing his team ample time for an open goal. At 5, Jaywalker's back to his criminal ways with a vital takeaway late in round 2 to tie up the game with 1:20 left and ultimately to force an overtime. More on that later. At 4, it's Jaywalker in game with a nope to save what looks like a guaranteed goal thanks to that excellent stack. In your top 3, it's top-notch flash and function. First, Caption leads the perfect bounce pass to Mamba, and then Mamba hits a cutting Zach who styles on the finish with a smooth spin cycle. Number 2, look at this. It's Zach doing a full 180 into the save while simultaneously reaching behind himself to grab the goalpost while also having the wherewithal to swing the disc low to prevent a potential self-goal. So much happens here in the span of 0.7 seconds, and it's these kind of minute instincts, physical feats, and split-second decision-making that truly make Echo a flat-out sport. And finally, your top play from this game, it's all about the subtext. Or in other words, the caption! It's sudden death overtime in round 2, and after a beautifully executed sequence of passes up the floor by Synapse, in which every player touches the disc, it's caption from the shoulder with the walk-in round winner. What's significant is that since the beginning of Season 1 on February 4th, 2020, this marks only the 7th time that Joker has even lost a round during a regular season match, and Synapse is only one of 3 teams to hand them a loss in that span. Now, Joker did go...
Hello and welcome back to the EU Challenger Cup divisional matchup for the European region. I'm Sputnik Cobra. I'm joined by Nightfire and Strambitsky on analysis, and I'm excited. How are you doing, Nightfire? What are you expecting in this second round?
The Challenger Cup has already delivered. Round 1 was a fantastic watch. Now we get to watch Baked Potato versus Nameless, and I'm going to expect another great back and forth. I think every matchup has been pretty close score-wise across all of the rounds, across all of the different streams. And I mean, Strem, before we dive into this, these games have been fantastic to watch.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That last game really setting the pace for the whole day with really fast just EU chaining, because that's what the region is known for as a whole, right? And then for this match, Multi is a player that I do recognize being an NA player. However, I don't recognize many of the others, so I'm just hoping to let their play speak for themselves and really excited to see.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that. A characteristic that is definitely prevalent on these teams is speed. We'll see that with the joust as we hop into round 1 of Baked Potato versus Nameless. Who's going to come out on top out the gate? It's going to be Nameless.
So it will be now a loose disc at the floor picked up by Hex of Nameless. Nameless now with possession, trying to pull out that defender, sending it back to Bowtie to Miabra. Miabra is going to lose it right off the bat to Satori, so now a clear from Baked Potato. That backstack trying to recover. It will now be to outside the Nameless bubble, picked up by Miabra, and I believe that Miabra was their sub at one point. So this is a change in the roster. I expected them to be playing with Frogio, but that's not happening today. So Nameless with a little bit of a different chemistry than I've been used to seeing. Let's see what they can do today.
Well, you know, it could be potentially them reacting to game one. They maybe switched up the roster after that first matchup. Maybe they're trying to preserve some of their players because it's a long day. You know, this is a lot of games back to back, and already the stack comes in quick and the shot goes wide. Your boy Sam tries to fire one off, can't quite find it in. Scuba sets up the pass, and a fantastic save from Hex prevents that laser beam from going in. The full clear comes in, the stack comes flying down, but it's scooped up by your boy Sam. Gonna keep this disc in the midfield.
So now that clear coming through and that stack following it into the bubble of Nameless, not able to find it at the floor. It will now bounce to the ceiling, be picked up by Satori. Satori sending it to Nest behind goal, and that's going to be 2 points for the first round, going to Scubs.
A classic, you know, a nice pass to the back of the zone, and off the backboard goes the 2. Scubs getting that early lead for Baked Potato, but yeah, this is what we expect. The fast pace of EU teams at this level, at this skill level, it's crazy to see, and it's almost hard to follow because they are flying so quickly across the field in some cases. A good pass down to the zone of Baked Potato does kind of float around for a bit too long, and does ultimately get back cleared. An awkward back clear there. No one's there. Maybe a bit of a miscommunication, slapped into the zone of Nameless. And you know, something we haven't talked about yet, Spud, is the pressure that these players are feeling, right? This is the Challenger Cup. Lots of eyes on these teams. Lots of people want to see who is going to be the next 2 teams to go to the Master Tier. The disruption in the zone of Nameless results in a clear coming out, but not quite full. Satori sees an opportunity and takes it from a distance, 17 meters.
And 17 meters a second too, so really replying with that clear attempt from Nameless will be Satori. So now 5-point lead to Baked Potato. So now Nameless has to respond. Almost 3 minutes off the clock, multi to QB, and that stack flying just past it. Not able to get it on that interception. And now with possession is Hex, and he's not able to find it. But it will be picked up at the ceiling off the backboard. Hunter will find it. So he's going to sink that one. 9 meters, and that's 3 points. So now it's only a 2-point differential. Nameless is right back into this game.
The 3-point backboard shot, wild to see come in there. This gets past the defense, and a great answer back from Nameless. This is, you know, and you know, that missed shot against, but the pressure is high on these players. You know, it's got to be a factor when you consider these teams playing and these players playing, and why you may see some mistakes that may seem uncharacteristic, because it's just maybe overthinking some of these moments because there's so much on the line. The clear comes in, the stack's there, but the defense disrupts what was a good setup. Now the full clear, is it going to be there? No, bounces off of the tunnel and floats around in the zone of Nameless.
So we'll now be in the hands of Pixel Craze of Baked Potato. Pixel Craze sending it back, and it's going to be a miss. This is an opportunity for Nameless. They'll find their stack at mid. They'll challenge it. They need to find that possession. Hex now with it. Hex going for the shot, but your boy Sam right there at the right time is going to find the save.
Really nice snag. Doesn't get the full clear, but ultimately the follow-up does get it out of their zone. Baked Potato doing a great job of defending the pressure of Nameless. The pass there, not favorable bounce. The mail slot shot goes a bit wide. Could have been 3 there, but fortunately enough for Nameless, the lead of Baked Potato only stays at 2. They clear into the zone of Baked Potato. The stack's here. An opportunity for 3, but Miabra pushes in a little bit closer and finds 2.
And Miabra coming through. That's 2 points. This is a tied up game. Almost halfway through this first round. In this second round of the Challenger Cup on venues. And these games are just thrilling. So now just advantage to Baked Potato. Pixel Craze to QB. And he's just sent it left to Satori. But this is a slow rollout. Nameless holding back just a little bit.
And you know, I don't think we've been saying this enough yet. This is only 1/2 of your day of Echo Arena. If you're just tuning in now, we have this game and 3 more. And then, as I say that, the setup from your boy, from Pixel to your boy Sam finds 2. That's what I was saying. We have this plus 3 more, and then we have the NA Challenger Cup, another 5 games. So if you want to watch Echo Arena and you want to watch some of the best of it, you're going to find it right here. Because, I mean, wow, but I hate to say the Baked Potato interrupted it there with a nice 2, but geez, this game is a crazy back and forth so far.
And Miabra's going to send it down to the floor into Hunter's hands. Hunter not able to find that pass. It's going to be a slap through to mid. And that backline player, Multi, will find it. So Multi, a tried and true goalie. He's always at the backline for Nameless. And going to turn it over into the hands of Scubs. Scubs is going to put his hand in the right place. But a loose disc at the wall, going to be picked up by Multi. Multi under pressure. Your boy Sam coming through. He's got this long shot opportunity. He's going to take it. But he recognizes Nameless, gets back into the bubble. He's going to send it softly back to this player.
Oh, it's still, though, into the hands of Baked Potato as they go for the attack into the zone of Nameless. They need this extra few points because this 2-point lead is not enough in this series. It has been a consistent back and forth. The brawl in the zone, the disc floating, nearly finds its way into the goal, slapped away, but still into the hands of Satori. The shot gets scooped up. A fantastic save there and a full clear. What could have been maybe an even further setup there goes a bit past the disc and it's quickly snagged by Sam. The attack continues for Baked Potato. The defense is still here for Nameless.
And it's not going to be completely through on that clear, so Baked Potato will find possession. Your boy Sam now moving along that Geo and getting that block on that player of Nameless. But still with possession is Baked Potato. Satori not able to find that pass to the floor. Will bounce off the shield, and Baked Potato looking to recover. 2 stuns will come through, 1 off a block, 1 off a punch. And now your boy Sam with his possession, working his way towards the bubble, taking his time off Pebble, sending it down to the floor, and that shot's going to be off, but if the rebounds are picked up, that's going to be off. It's not going to be picked up by Satori. Satori's going to drive it into the bubble, but a deflection off the head of a player from Nameless. That one's going to be off. This is 4 misses right now. You can talk about intensity, and it's on full display.
The pressure here, Baked Potato can't find the shots. The defense is 2 up in their face. They're forcing these missed shots on goal, and just a fantastic job from Nameless at preventing any of those from going in. They're now trying to attack. They need some points. A crazy steal comes in. The pass to the top of the zone. The shot at the backboard finds itself for 2, and just like that, we're tied up with a minute 50 on the clock spot.
A fantastically placed shot from Hex off the inner backboard. This will go right up to the upper pocket, and it's tied up. A minute 30 seconds on the clock. Joust advantage now. The Baked Potato. Pixel Craze sending it quickly to the left. And actually, it looks like they traded out Pixel Craze for your boy Sam to QB that one. So your boy Sam now with it, feeding it right. And now with this drive into the bubble, but a missed cross. And now it's out of the bubble and will be picked up by Satori.
That cross would have been, I think, the ticket to success there inside the zone of Nameless, but just goes a bit wide, and a nice slap floats almost into the tunnel. There it does get fully cleared, but Baked Potato are here to defend. The shot on goal goes a bit wide, a bit rushed. The Baked Potato defense doing well to prevent any more points from coming out, at least for now. Almost gets stunned out there with this hand on goal. The stack is here trying to get themselves dispossession, but they can't. As Baked Potato, it's a shot. No, it bounces off the geode and floats around the zone of Nameless.
That might have been a geo shot attempt, trying to find that angle to bounce into the goal, and it would be slightly wide. But now in the bubble, now Miabra's gonna take it. This is Nameless coming from behind. They've got the 2-point lead, maybe about a minute on the clock. Less than a minute, it's less than 30 seconds. So coming from behind, now with this 2-point lead over Baked Potato is Nameless.
19 seconds left. Baked Potato trying to get trying to get 2 points so they can take this to OT. They got 10 seconds now. The pass goes wide, and again it bounces off that little lip there. They can't get it through the tunnel. They're going to try and clear it down into the zone. The pass is there. It nearly was this cross setup for 2, but Baked Potato can't quite find it. Nameless take round 1, 9-7. And, I mean, geez, Strem, on the sidelines, give us the breakdown of round 1 here.
So at the start, Nameless, their positioning was great. They looked really, really good. They, however, did lose possession early and often. Perhaps what I viewed as a little bit of underestimation of Baked Potato. Baked Potato found many, many good chances, but the defensive stops from Nameless eventually won out. However, Orange Team kept on recovering and eventually found the first points of the series. And these first points actually took a good while to get there. Satori, namely, with great positioning, picking up both a clear interception and an open three-pointer that I thought was going to make the difference, as well as we saw in the last series there. However, Nameless immediately came back with a three-pointer, and again, with 3 minutes left, it was a one-goal game, very, very close. Both teams were playing super fast with really good defense, making tons of saves, but neither team was scoring much at all. This was benefiting Baked Potato since they were in the lead, and they were definitely the favorite with the 2 minutes left. But the defense from Nameless just started popping off. I think we saw 15 stops in a row, and they finally capitalized with a sick backboard shot to tie it up. But now we've got this game. They ended up winning. Nameless came back. Ran out of time, but yeah, we got the game. Let's go.
These players ready to dive in the joust, the double cam coming through as we see Baked Potato setting up for an attack inside the zone of Nameless. Already the stuns on the goal there. The disruption of the QB and the slap away from Nameless. Their defense really doing work today, Spot.
So able to recover that, clear to mid will be Baked Potato, and they're not gonna miss that. They're not gonna make that shot. They had that attempt, but they'll be able to recover that floor. Your boy Sam now making the drive, and he'll find 2 points. So 30 seconds off the clock, 2 points, and this is what we saw last round. We saw Baked Potato come out with this early lead, and Nameless able to maintain their composure, stay resolved, and come back.
You know, it's when we go into those between rounds, it's almost like a speed game. It's how fast can Strembitsky recap a crazy back and forth in a minute's time, and he certainly tried to get all his words in there at the end. The disc floating around inside the zone of Baked Potato gets slapped over to Nameless. Slapped over to your boy Sam. He's not Nameless. He's got Sam right there in his name. The shot almost on goal gets scooped up by Multi, and those long clears can ultimately hurt you sometimes, Strem, because it just goes right into the hand of the enemy team, and they can set up for what was a pretty nice clear push down there. There's the setup, the pass, the three-pointer from Hunter.
And a fantastic shot from Hunter. So Nameless, you know, we talk about resolve, we talk about composure, and we talk about execution, and right there, that was some beautiful stuff. So Hunter from the tube will find this 1 point lead for Nameless. Now joust advantage to Baked Potato. Pixel Craze to QB, feeding it right to Scubs. Scubs back into the hands of maybe Pixel Craze by accident. Maybe a pass attempt to the tube that Pixel Craze was just there for. And it will be picked up by Miyabura. Miyabura trying to send it out of the bubble. Now your boy Sam with it. Your boy Sam avoiding that defense and finding the 2 points at 4 meters.
Been doing a good job of finding the. I mean, you know, we have seen quite a bit of missed shots today. You know, and your boy Sam seems to be really taking himself very close to that goal to ensure when he makes that shot attempt that it's going to be at least at the goalie or in the goal. And hey, he's found 2 points for his team here. He's keeping Baked Potato in it with a bit of a lead 4-3, but it's not been an easy game for the likes of Baked Potato. It hasn't been an easy series, as Nameless did take round 1. They're now trying to defend, and some great stun work, some great teamwork open up that goal for Scubs.
So Baked Potato able to capitalize off that error, I believe, from Multi of Nameless. So Nameless wouldn't be able to find that pass out of the bubble. It would ricochet off the Geo, be picked up by Scubs, and they'll find the stuns on the Nameless defense. And now Nameless to QB, Multi with possession, sending it left tube to Miyabura. Miyabura forward to Hunter. Hunter down to the floor. This rollout could be good. A Hex not able to find it. It will bounce into the hands of Hunter. Hunter off the backboard.
What?
Hunter coming through with these shots. 9 meters, 16 meters a second out of his hands. This is a tie game. Hunter with the double threes in this second round and making all the difference.
This, I mean, again, this is high pressure situations here. I can't for him to be taking these shots and making them is so impressive. 2 threes going in just like that for Hunter. Gets his team tied up 6-6. And it's really Hunter and your boy Sam duking it out. Who can score the most points in this series? As Nameless try and go on the offensive again. Good stun work there to block out Multi and Hex, but ultimately isn't going to be enough. They are able to get back in to that goal and defend. And this Nameless defense has been so strong today so far.
And it will be a loose disc be slapped through mid, or almost through mid. It's still in the backcourt of Nameless. Nameless trying to recover at the wall. Hex will find it. Hex trying to find that angle for the clear. It's going to bounce around at tube, so it won't be as clean as they wanted it to. Now Scub's sending it forward. And it's tied up right now, approaching the halftime mark in the second round. Now that pass into the bubble, and that one's going to ding. So not able to capitalize on that one will be Baked Potato.
Baked Potato, though, still able to snag that rebound. There's the shot. There's the backboard shot from your boy Sam. These two are duking it out. He sees Hunter and he goes, hey, I'm going to do exactly what you've done to us. Finds that shot from the top of the zone. And, geez, what a crazy back and forth of 2s and 3s in this round 2. Baked Potato really looking to grab round 2 so they can push this to a best of 3.
Absolutely. So now with possession will be Nameless. A soft pass, and luckily able to get it is Hex. Hex not able to sink it, though. A little bit of a maybe underhanded shot, and it's going to be off target, but that stun will come through. Now loose. Another stun coming through. Hunter behind the goal, and this time able to find it is Hex. So redeeming himself for that last shot attempt, getting through those 2 defensive players behind the goal, and at 2 meters, he's going to find 2.
The disc juke from Hex there off the back of the zone. So nice to dodge through those 2 defenders and get that 2-point in. And hey, we've seen a lot of these, haven't we? But 1-point leads have been a common theme in the games so far that we've tuned into. There's a good bit of stunning coming in to disrupt the Baked Potato offensive setup, and now a good clear comes in. The stack's there to snag it. This is the potential 3 opportunity. Goes to the bottom of the zone, just misses. The setup's there, but the defense comes in. The regrab from Multi gets them the lead. Nameless now take that 1-point lead.
So Baked Potato would have the initial lead in this second round. In 3 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock, Nameless will wrestle control back, but will they be able to maintain it? So now Joust advantage to Baked Potato. Actually, your boy Sam, so they will swap out Pixel Craze for your boy Sam. They'll get that clear down to the floor. Your boy Sam will lose it to this defense, but Pixel Craze will pick it back up. Looking for an opportunity, able to avoid that defense, and that stun will come through, and Miabra not able to find the clear. So looking to get it at that back line will be Baked Potato.
Your boy Sam went for that 3-point shot and got disrupted. Some really good defense. He tries to juke out the likes of Hunter there, but can't quite get all the way clear, and Hunter keeps the pressure going. That pass goes a bit wide. It was a nice setup attempt, but ultimately stays into the hands of Baked Potato. There's the pass to your boy Sam. He's been their key shooter. He's going to go for it, and he finds the 2. The stuns coming in from his teammate on the backside, and if we were trading this 1-point lead here today in round 2, Baked Potato trying to hang on here in this series.
Nameless would have 2 people in the goal during that shot. Maybe the comms are breaking down. We don't know. I don't want to say anything too soon, but that's now a 1-point lead to Baked Potato off that 2. And that clear is going to come through from Baked Potato. At the back line would be Multi, but Multi not able to find it, retreating back to the goal and at the ceiling. Satori now. Satori getting stunned out. And Miabra trying to find that clear, but your boy Sam at the back line to pick it up and sending it cross. That one's not going to be on target. Now it's in the hands of Multi for the clear off the wall.
Man, there is no easy entry into that Nameless defense for the likes of Baked Potato. The full clear comes down, but the stack is here in time to defend. Slapped away, snagged by Hex, 2 sunk in. And Nameless now taking the lead. We continue to trade 2-pointers, which means we continue to trade this 1-point lead, and the clock continues to tick down. 1:40 left. This is anybody's game right now, Spud.
I couldn't agree more. So now to QB will be your boy Sam. So they will swap out Pixel Craze and your boy Sam at times on the Baked Potato Joust advantage. back to that stack. Your boy Sam now with possession, not able to find it. That's an error, but able to get it right back on that self pass. Now sending it right into the hands of Scubs. Scubs got an opportunity at the floor. Pixel Craze taking that soft pass back to Bowtie. And your boy Sam really just commanding this offense forward, and that interception will come through. Your boy Sam will get it right back. He's trying to find the angle. It's going to bounce off the crossbar at the ceiling now. Satori down to the floor. It's going to bounce. No one's there. Nameless against the slap through. That's not out just yet.
Still the attack coming in from Baked Potatoes. The full clear does come out. This is almost a shot there. Doesn't get a favorable bounce off the backboard. The full force of the offense is here. A great slap from your boy Sam. Shuts down what could have been some momentum and allows his team to get back into the zone and defend. 40 seconds left. They need this disc. A great snag there. Can they get the full clear and the push up? Baked Potato cannot afford to let this clock tick down like it is, and it's working for Nameless. This is going to be a strategy that could lead to their ultimate series W. They need to take this one to lock it in. They go for that setup. There's the full clear. Doesn't get all the way down. Is that offense going to be able to push up? No, the defense is there still. The back and forth in the midfield, not what Baked Potato need right now. They need to get up and attack Nameless's zone. They need to get this disc out of their zone, but Nameless not letting it happen. The clock's going to tick down, and Nameless are going to secure round 2 with 1 point lead and ultimately take the series.
An awesome, absolutely awesome game from both teams. And the second round of the Challenger Cup is just as exciting as the first round. And I'm excited to see what Strambitsky has to say.
So I've got written here, right at the first note is Hunter VR making a round-defining half-court 3. One more of those could seal it. Then we saw about 2 minutes of a lot of missed passes. Baked Potato actually kept on scoring off of Nameless's mistakes. Just kept on capitalizing, even just off the offensive joust right off the bat. And then I've got in my notes, again, Hunter with another backboard 3. I called it. The amount of high contestion backboard 3s we were seeing is crazy. Every single player was actively fighting another player, and the disc holder just flings it at the backboard and scores because the goalie's busy fighting someone. Just insane play right there. Nameless eventually finding the lead in this round, in this series, purely just from the speed and the pressure of their stack. They were just faster. The win in this particular round came through that pressure, and Baked Potato just unfortunately unable to find the clears, whether it was hitting geometry and coming back or getting intercepted. Just no clears were getting through, and Nameless just over and over just trying to take shot attempts on the goalie and eventually finding the lead and the series.
A fantastic second set of rounds here for us in this Challenger Cup. If you are just tuning in, appreciate you stopping by. We have 3 more games to show you here on venues. They all are going to be probably as good as the ones that we've had here. So it's going to be a long day of great Echo Arena. Do not want to miss it. Appreciate everyone that is tuning in on venues, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, across all of the different platforms. A big shout out to all of you stopping by and spending your afternoon with us here. Like I said, we have 3 more games, but then we also have the NA Challenger Cup later today. If you are awake, I suppose if you're in the EU, it's probably getting closer to that bedtime. But either way, appreciate everybody for hanging out and tuning in. We will take a brief break, and I think we're swapping out some casters, so me and Sput will be back in a few games. But we will be back with more action in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere. Echo Arena Challenger Cup will return.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to VRML Season 3.
Trap walk there in the far side trap, but it was a beautiful bounce. It was, the trajectory looked perfect to me from my angle, and it was another opportunity there. Snowy Blue, and that's going to be our first goal of the first round of the first game of Season 3. A minute 9 in, going to Snowy Blue here for here to kick us off. It's Season 3 for Master Tier. I am so excited to look at that. Look at that Joker is out of the tube and at midfield in no time at all, and just like that, bread, knife through butter.
Oh no.
They just slide it right in, and they're up by 2 in 10 seconds.
Or Froggy was there in the area, sends it to the bow tie. Now over at bow tie, there's Ninja Knights, just juggling it around and waiting for the defense to be baited out. Now they enable this shot, but look at the save from Stody. Stody, the hot start, not only on the offensive end, on the defense as well. There's Stody again. Stody just doing a little bit of everything, all by his lonesome. A little shot fake and whirl around and juking into the oop. It's 7 points for Tempo, and Stody is feeling hot.
Will be Cam Jam off the right shoulder. If you can find a few points, he will find the pass to Cosby, but the save yet again.
It's getting more active here for Redshift, but getting tangled up in the backfield. What a stop there by Kaznaz on the shot from Kong.
Towards the other side of the arena, but Space able to pick it up, and he's going to reset it back to the goaltender, Flynn. And so Flynn looking for the cross pass in the own zone. Looks like they're just trying to keep control of the disc here and have a controlled exit of their own zone instead of just clearing it down and chasing after it. So some great passing here from the Upside Down team as Flynn takes the disc and gets the disc to Space down in the right-hand tunnel. He'll go for the open end shot, but it's going to hit off the geometry. That small little block there gets in the way sometimes. He's going for a rebound try. He puts it in off the backboard. It's in for the first 3 points of the game.
You're expecting certain levels of greatness, of course, but Redshift, do not sleep on them, because these guys, Kaznaz just as much as anyone has game scores here. You know, they surprise.
Hi, my name is Mazi and I play for Ethereal.
Hey, my name is Slingshot. I play for Team Ethereal.
Hi, my name is C. Jason and I play for Ethereal.
Hi, my name is Jiggy and I play for Team Ethereal.
So my role in the team is, well, technically I'm the goalie, but I also do things like QB and play the back line. So I like to think of it as like I'm the big brain of the team. You know, sometimes I call the plays and I kind of guide them on offense and defense.
I like how we can have fun and be serious whenever we want to.
Are you saying we're a bunch of trollers, Jiggy?
Yep.
That's so toxic.
Palador here with VRML Top Plays, featuring a match between Synapse and Joker. And man, were these highlights great. 13 plays on this list, starting off with some good defense, but Joker escalates their crimes from jaywalking to straight up thievery. At 12, forget what you know about snakes because this Mamba's got hands. A sweet pick and pop from a narrow angle just past the defender. At 11, forget what you know about snakes again, because this Mamba's got wings, flying into a well-read rebound and uncoiling with a fancy finish. Number 10, it's game from Joker doing what he does on the regular with a tight fadeaway as the clock fades away on round 1. Next up, it's game again with a Matador move as he bullies the defense. I know what you're thinking, keep those puns up and you'll be mad at door too. Moving on. At 8, it's Jaywalker trying to juggle, as Jokers do, but .com gets some revenge from earlier with the blockage. At 7, the Apex Predator is back. Mamba hunting heads, then hunting that disc with laser focus in spite of the jukes during round 1 crunch time. Forget what you know about snakes. What you need to know about Mamba is that he's right at home here in the Master Division. Cracking the top 6, and the top of several heads. This shot takes a fortuitous bounce off of .com's noggin, and then it's Zach going full Hulk mode to halt both of Joker's stacks, allowing his team ample time for an open goal. At 5, Jaywalker's back to his criminal ways with a vital takeaway late in round 2 to tie up the game with 1:20 left and ultimately to force an overtime. More on that later. At 4, it's Jaywalker in game with a nope to save what looks like a guaranteed goal thanks to that excellent stack. In your top 3, it's top-notch flash and function. First, Caption leads the perfect bounce pass to Mamba, and then Mamba hits a cutting Zach who styles on the finish with a smooth spin cycle. And number 2, look at this. It's Zach doing a full 180 into the save while simultaneously reaching behind himself to grab the goalpost, while also having the wherewithal to swing the disc low to prevent a potential self-goal. So much happens here in the span of 0.7 seconds, and it's these kind of minute instincts, physical feats, and split-second decision-making that truly make Echo a flat-out sport. And finally, your top play from this game, it's all about the subtext. Or in other words, the caption! It's sudden death overtime in round 2, and after a beautifully executed sequence of passes up the floor by Synapse, in which every player touches the disc, it's caption from the shoulder with the walk-in round winner. What's significant is that since the beginning of Season 1 on February 4th, 2020, this marks only the 7th time that Joker has even lost a round during a regular season match, and Synapse is only one of 3 teams to hand them a loss in that span. Now, Joker did go on to win the 3rd round, but certainly a handful of interesting developments here in the early season. But with that, I've been Palador, and this has been VRML Top Plays. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Beyond empty goal sends it in. That was a no look. Was that a no look?
Skillet instead gets tangled with the defenders, so Big Bot, a little bit of a flourish maybe to untangle. Let's see if they can get the goal, but instead it's Ant Gas, maybe making sure that it's guaranteed an 8-point lead.
We're gonna chain through a bunch of players. And nice grab by Essen. Shot clock noise hits those.
It will bounce off that wall. High voltage, he can capitalize off the clear. Taking too much time, opting to slap it back. So Gordon Jr. finding that cross. The Laws sending it right down to...
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League here in this EU Cycle 1 Challengers Cup. We're about to start the 3rd round of these brackets. That is to say, of course, a round robin between these teams competing to earn their spot or stay in their spot, as the case may be for some teams, in the Master Division. With that, back here on the cast, I'm Palador, joining you guys for this match, along with Swift on the co-cast, and So Much for Subtlety still on the cameras, doing great work all around. And yeah, glad to be here. Swift, thanks for joining. I know you've been casting over there on Channel 2 for the last couple matches, and it's been a fun day.
Yeah, absolutely. And just coming off that last match, it was Blank versus Everest, and Everest took that one in 3 rounds. Blank won the first round, but Everest were able to come back with it 2 rounds in a row. So Blank off of a couple of losses here in that last game, but let's see if they can bring it back. And because it is on the VRML 2 channel. Of course, I appreciate everybody watching on venues, and gonna join y'all later probably for the North American matchups. As yeah, of course, happy to be casting with you all.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun stuff ahead today, as Nightfire was mentioning earlier in the cast as well. Just chock full day of matches all around. Now, as we get set to begin here between Blank and Nameless, want to shout out our fantastic sponsors over at HyperX, as well as Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, Pro2 VR, VR Cover, Fix Gaming, and VRware.net. Always appreciative of our fantastic sponsors here supporting the community and all this effort here in VR Master League. Of course, shout out to Strem Bitsky, who's over on the sideline cast. Can't forget about Strem. He's been doing a great job here today, and also has some merch there on VRware.net as well. So with that said, let's get to it. First round underway, and again, exciting day.
Absolutely, and Strike able to take this one for Blank. Try to get this past to J for Jack, and well, that's the way to kick off the round. Immediate 2-pointer there from Blank, and seems like they're not down from their last round whatsoever, taking it straight into the goal from that initial joust.
Wasted no time, and that is not an uncommon sight at all, but J for Jack getting that 8 seconds in. So back to Nameless here, trying to react and rebuttal if they can. Multi with a QB over to Miabra and over to Hunter as well. Hunter crossing it way deep down and then right back on the tap, but J for Jack gets the recovery.
Yeah, and now going to be back to the midline. Another great pass to the stack there from Blank, but not quite able to retain it. In fact, they were able to retain it, but disrupted a little bit by a stun, and Paddish going to take this one at the back line here, looking for a pass up the field and some good coverage here. But looks like just trying to find some time on that pass. And J for Jack, they're going to be able to take it here. Another just brawl fest, but Tuz is able to get past one of the defenders. In fact, able to retain that pass, take that shot into the goal. 18 meters a second, 2 meters away. No way to stop it there from Nameless. So a good shot by Blank and a good play.
Cracked that in at full force. So a goal for Jack, a goal for Tozius here to start off Blank, and just a couple minutes in, and Nameless trying to once again get on that scoreboard. They are 1-1 on these series so far, and that 3 is not going to be a success right beneath the bubble, and will be snagged by Paddish. And now they'll get another attempt yet for Blank as they make their way down the floor up to the trap. The goal is exposed. Gonna send it off to Paddish. Paddish, though, does not have it, and that's sent back to the wedge.
Yeah, just tried to get that one extra pass. They knew they had time. They tried to get it a little bit closer to the goal, but just missing the finish there. Nevertheless, they will still get it back, and they'll hold this at the back line here. Strike here for Blank, just trying to draw out that player, and is able to do just that. Tuz again taking it from the top right of the bubble, putting it straight in. And yeah, kind of a repeat play of the last, just this time from longer range. Tuz is able to bring out that extra player. And they're able to get that pass all the way down the field. And again, good passing and a good execution there from Blank.
Absolutely. Now, this is a team in Blank that I must mention up until just the final week there before the Challengers Cup. Blank was undefeated. They were looking strong. They still are strong. That is to say, their regular season record so far, 12-1. So nearly spotless. And it was super impressive what they managed to do in those first 5 weeks of action. And trying to come up here against Nameless, who is the technical, and I know we mentioned underdogs, but they're technically the favored team here, being the master team for Nameless. So for Blank, this is a huge test against a team in the division that they're trying to enter here after this cup. Both teams 1-1 so far. That shot just off the side and will be rebounded by Miabra, and that's going to be a clear.
Yeah, and I mean, I mentioned this a lot about Blank. They're probably one of the most one of the fastest growing teams in Europe right now. They're just scrimming non-stop. They're scrimming the top teams. They're scrimming teams in Master as much as they physically can, and it definitely shows in their play. I mean, you mentioned they almost had a spotless record there for the first little bit of the, not really a little bit, the first few weeks, in fact, pause that there, because that one's going to be grabbed by Strike, just missing it though. And yeah, the rare miss from that that close, and this one's going to be cleared through by Nameless. But
Oh,
yeah,
that-
I mean,
That is unfortunate. It looks like going for maybe an alley-oop kind of off that rebound, but unfortunately someone snagged out the way. Luckily they'll get it back. But absolutely, Swift, I believe that. It's proof in their, not just the record, but the games played. The fact that they had 13 games played. I mean, they were challenging every single week. They weren't content with just a couple matches per week. They were content with scrimming all the time, like you said, and getting those challenges matches up to great succession. As a quick succession of passes will unfortunately find a little bit of failure there, but they will get the rebound still yet, and Tosis with a disc.
Yeah, I mean, one of the hardest bounces to read in the game, I think, especially when you're right above that goal, you have all that pressure that you're going to be the person taking the shot. And when the bounce comes through, it can come through from so many different ways, so many different angles, that, I mean, it seems easy from out here, but when you're in there, trying to read that bounce with all that pressure on your shoulders, so difficult. And that's why we may see a couple of them missed in this game, but that pass going to be recovered by Padish. In fact, maybe not. The stat coming through last minute by Nameless, but last minute or not, they're able to get the disc, get the stun, and Multi here looking to recover here. And not got much time. Tosis there and J for Jack coming through, and that one might be on target. Coming through, not going to be just bouncing there. Oh no! Another
Second time we've
missed
seen that.
opportunity. Yeah, interesting that. I think it may have come off his head there, or maybe just releasing a little bit early, but they will get the recovery here. Just missed the disc off the floor, in fact, so a couple missed opportunities there by Blank, and that's really unfortunate, but they're able to retain the disc still.
That's the saving grace here, is the fact that they are in such great control. Look at that, just maneuvering around that block like it's nothing, and now popping it in off a great cross from the shoulder. Padish to Tosis, and it will be Blank finally claiming their 8th point. Took a little effort, extra effort, I should say. 3 minutes of it, but they got it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Could have had that goal so long ago, but I mean, they did make it anyway, and they're ultimately pretty good at retaining the disc even after from the recovery, and that's I think something that's a little bit overlooked in Echo Arena sometimes, is the ability to recover. Stuff like that is really important, and it's important not to get yourself too down off of that sort of stuff, which clearly not happening for Blank, as they're able to still put those points on the board. Tosis here getting the pass behind the backboard, back to Strike, and just showing such great control here over the disc. I mean, the passes that seem unthinkable right here, you think, I mean, the shot is just, it seems so much easier, but they have other plans, and it's obviously bamboozling the defensive Nameless a little bit here, and it's so difficult to make those plays in the moment, but Blank are just doing it.
They are, to the tune of 10 points so far, off of 10 shots taken. Only 1 shot from Nameless thus far. So, yeah, the control is absolutely in the way of Blank at the moment. They're looking to regain that again. Nameless here trying to defend their tier, their division at the master level, as that goal is almost split. Talk about division. Well, that said, they're going to get a rebound for Hex and Nameless, but not for too long. There's the stuns, there's a recovery. Strike, inverting, looking to convert to the backboard pass. One more, and through that back door, it's 12 points to Blank now.
Yeah, and I mean, they're just passing so quickly into the bubble and then to the backboard. Nameless are having a really tough time to recover the disc off of these. I mean, it's just immediately, as soon as it gets in the bubble, one pass, one shot, and it's in. Almost textbook plays coming through from Blank, and they're able to get these interceptions as well, which means that even with just advantage here, Nameless not quite able to get control of the disc and not quite able to maintain it. That being said, Hunter here finding an open shot for a little bit. Hex though going to walk it up and maybe try and find this cross pass. Hunter here trying to regain control of this game, but going to be stunned away by the offense of Blank here, and they're going to try and clear and boost this one through. And it's going to be taken, looks like, here by Strike, and they're stunning the stack as well at the back, and that one's going to be missed by J for Jack, but they're stunning the stack of Nameless at the back, and it's causing it to be a 3-on-2 up front, and it's just so difficult to deal with that, and they're doing such a good job. Blank are doing such a good job at disrupting the defense by Nameless with all these passes, all these stuns. They're able to walk it through and make some really, really nice passing plays, that being, of course, one of them from the shield. J for Jack to Tosis straight into the goal.
And Blank is showing up. 14 points now. We're approaching the last minute and a half of action in this first round. Nameless still unable to get on the scoreboard. Nameless is claimless to those points, but they're trying to get back into it right now with a pass here, just lining it up, Chris and Cross. will be Hex right back to Miabra, right back to Hex, but Hex was checked with a stun from Tozis, and now there's that clear, the triple stack coming on, but a station grab from Multi will get it over to Hex, and the stack getting back into the defense as well, and then right in no man's land, J4Jack catching that out.
Yeah, now to Tozis, and he can hit those shots. There's no reason to take it, though. The stack coming back by Nameless. He's just going to walk it up, play the time game, and keep as many points on the board with the 0 to Nameless on the board. Because, I mean, we know that really takes a mental toll on you when you can't get anything done in the offense. And it's clearly taking its toll on Nameless right now. But they're just probably thinking about right now what they're going to do in the second round, what they're going to change. J4Jack going to get this pass back up to Tozis, though. And able to walk right past that defense as he walks it through the bubble, takes the shot into the top of the goal. 16-0 now to Blank. And yeah, not really going to be possible right now for Nameless, but mainly just looking towards the second round, trying not to get sweeped here.
Yeah, well, with that, I mean, last possession going to come up, so I'll kick it to Strem just a little bit early, give him some time to maybe tell us about, well, his thoughts.
So round 1 for Blank versus Nameless here. Blank, whoa, nice 3-pointer right there as well from Tozis. But yeah, so Blank opening up with some really nice looking same side plays. Their positioning looked really well, really good. They're getting through the arena very fast on offense. However, Nameless's defense was actually reserved in their bubble, so they had numbers, stole possession, and scored off of it. I think I've got the names backwards. I'm talking about Blank scored. So Blank, Blank completely ran the offensive possession game the entire time. I thought that Nameless was playing a little bit too fast. They were making passes before the disc holder was facing any pressure. They were throwing dangerous passes to covered players, and Blank was actually scoring most of their points this way, just from the turnover and recovery. Blank actually had 2 separate occurrences of a teammate headbutting a dunk attempt and saving it on themselves, but they still maintained control and kept on scoring. They're just absolutely dialed in with these passes. Nameless, unfortunately, just kept on pushing into an outnumbered bubble. They're taking 1v2s and 1v3s, just getting locked down completely by Blank's defense. And yeah, honestly, if you're Nameless, you're going to have to just calm down, talk amongst yourselves, see what you can do to change this, because something is clearly going wrong. It's not working. And Blank looking really strong. Let's see what round 2 has in store for us.
Oh, absolutely. And for Nameless, again, they're a master team defending their rank here in VRML in this Challenger Cup. They can't afford to lose these matches because they're one-on-one. That is a very stellar joust coming out there, and some stacks lining their way up. And it will be Strike looking to do just that, but no, gets struck out instead in this match as Tozis gets stunned. Another rebound for Jack, and Jack is going to just send that back out, try to play it soft, calmly, and just, slow it down a little bit to look for a better angle.
Yeah, and Parishe going to walk it into the bubble. Another pass to Tozis, and going to dunk it, in fact, into the goal. Right above the goalie there. Has enough time. Takes that shot. Takes that dunk, sorry. And, I mean, he has plenty of time to do it. So, I mean, why not? It is pretty much a 100% shot, which, I mean, maybe they proved wrong earlier on in this game. But who knows?
So, Nameless back at it. And also, want to thank Strembitsky, of course, from Kang Gorillas here, doing the sideline commentary and casting. So the things that come out of his mouth, they're going to be very, very interesting to listen to. Knows what he's talking about, this guy. Us, we know nothing. Just kidding. But over to the other side of this clear. That's going to go angled off the wall into a rebound from Tozis. And they're back at it once more with the dodge on that boost. So maybe we'll have some numbers advantages if they can get their stacks together, which they are currently.
Yeah, J4Jack, they're just missing that disc, but does have some time to recover here. Tozis able to take this here. Immediate pass to J4Jack, and immediate pass under the goal as well to Strike. So just really nice play here. And the defense of Nameless, ultimately, they're just not able to get back in time to get all the players marked by Blank, and all of the passes coming through at once. And then the shot. It's so difficult to deal with in the defense. And I can imagine at that back line, the stack by Nameless being broken. And the defense just not able to get back in time. So ultimately, that is the name of the game, and that's the name that Blank are currently trying to play. Hunter with the back pass to Hexer. Now they're trying to get back control of the game. Here's going to be to Hunter. The bounce shot coming through, just missing the mark though, hitting the pyramid at the back there. Forced it to bounce straight down. The clearing boost now coming through from Blank, and they see an open 3. Jack not quite going to take it though. The defense able to get back here. And now the pass to Strike, just missing the reception, but they're able to recover. And yeah, Hunter able to steal in fact, and get this clear, but straight back into the hands of Blank.
All right, Jack with a disc, but being stunned out. Nice aggression there from Miabra as Hunter gets a clear over to the midfield, trying to look for that boost. Has one perhaps. There's a second stack coming in as well, so nice job from the side of Nameless to at least get that onto the orange side of the floor. For how long is the question? Not too much, as the pass goes to Tosius, and now maybe the shot, and now redirecting into it, but couldn't quite find it. Would have been nice. Grabbing it is Hex, and Hex to clear.
I don't even know if that was a headbutt or not from one of the plays of Blank, but that would have been interesting. The shot coming through from Strike, or the Strike should I say. That one just missing the mark though, and going to be cleared through. Now just a boost battle, and Blank is going to win that one. And the defense, the stack coming through immediately after by Nameless, but a good dodge by Jack, and now trying to get back stacked into the offense position, trying to make this interception from the clear. They will do just that, so Strike able to take the pass to Padish. And the reception is missed, although they have a little bit of control here. They're able to take as much time as they need in that defense position. So going to be Hunter able to clear it through, not quite all the way through. In fact, going to be taken here by Jack. Not much time, but able to maneuver his way around that defensive stack there. And now Padish here looking for the open passes. Finds Tosius here on the shoulder, able to take it through. And another couple of points from Tosius, absolutely leading the offense here with 17 points so far. But yeah, Blank doing an absolutely amazing job by getting into the bubble so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. 6 minutes left, 6 points up for Blank. Nameless still not there yet with the scores. The thing is, they have plenty of time. This is a team, who has otherwise been impressive over the course of the season, last season as well. On the rise here and trying to maintain their spot as Padish will cause a turnover.
Yeah, Hex there, just about to take the shot, getting stunned just in time. And I mean, great timing on that defense, a really good stun. And it will be Blank again on the offense. Strike! Making an excellent strike, and I mean, you could never say that too many times. He makes it too easy to make puns, and well, that's a good time to use it. An excellent bounce shot coming through off the tight angle.
And 5 minutes now, and another set of points up there. Nameless just can't get it going so far, but more so I think than anything, it's Blank showing what they've been doing here in the Diamond Division up till this point with those, again, the 12-1 record. Nothing to shake a stick at. That is incredibly difficult to do, especially in these days in Echo Arena, with the teams just so good at every level now and so collected. As another grab here is going to be had by Padish to the open goal, maybe the pass in fact, and patiently, softly swinging through on that pendulum dunk.
Yeah, and I feel like we see this a lot from Blank, the dunk plays, whether it's passing through or whether it's walking into the bubble while trying to stop the other members of the defense from coming out. And I mean, it works very, very well. With the goalies getting so good, it's really necessary to kind of get those dunks, especially when you know for a fact that the goalies are well capable on the other team. So Blank doing just that, making a lot of dunks this game, and they have been very successful with those so far. And it does get in the other team's head a little bit as well at the same time when you make these dunks. And Padish able to take this in fact, so hold that thought. Trying to get this past the Tosius, but going to be cleared away, and a great intercept by Jack. So good positioning on behalf of Blank, trying to walk it into the bubble. Another pass behind the backboard, again walking it through the bubble here. Able to get another couple of points. 12-0 now. They're just stacking on, trying to run away with this game.
Yeah, definitely. So with that, Nameless, I mean, they're seeing their hopes slip away in this round, and in this cup, Challengers Cup Cycle 1. And right now, they're just trying to recycle, trying to find some of those points that they were able to score in their last match, and not really having a good go of it, because that aggression here from Blank has just been too much. They cause turnovers over and over, it seems like, and just not able to adjust as another slap through goes for that bowling ball lane, but will be taken by Hex.
Yeah, and the clear coming through here, not quite finding the pass options here, so the stack eventually making it, but the disc not all the way through. And now Jack floating towards the disc again, towards the bubble, but just missing that reception there. Going to get stunned away by Tuzus though, and buying the disc for Padish. A slap almost makes it to Jack, but recovered by the defense of Nameless here. They're going to get the clear, and now Nameless is stack trying to recover this again, but not quite able to happen. It's going to be Blank stack taking it first, and now Nameless trying to just get it out of their half again. Going to be Strike trying to get the pass back to Jack, but not quite on target here. Tuz is going to take this one here as the rest of his team gets in position for the passes. Padish here to Jack under the goal. Strike here going to get the stun on the goalie. Jack just going to wait it out though. Take it past one, take it past two, and take it past the goalie for the slam dunk for the 2.
The jumping jack, apparently. 14 points for Blank now. And yeah, it's just 2 minutes left. I mean, that hill is almost too steep to climb at this point.
Yeah, and I mean, Dara mentioned Everest last game. Managed to get over Blank's stack with a lot of stuns. Although this game, Nameless, seems like they're just having a little bit of an issue getting it up the field kind of at all. Most of this game, Blank has just been all over that Nameless bubble. And yeah, not quite able to get the stuns they want, although that's an excellent save coming through from Multi. And now going to be cleared through, but not quite all the way through. Again, Jack able to walk it back into the bubble. And another recovery by Blank. So they're able to keep their score from being Blank and keep the other score from being just that.
Exactly, with 1 minute 30 seconds left. I mean, we're approaching Mercy territory now for Blank, trying to maybe finish it off with some increased pizzazz, as we've seen on some of these last few possessions, starting to get wild, get loose. The thing is, they gotta remember, they're still going for a couple more matches at least. They gotta make sure to keep that energy level consistent, because they got some tough ones ahead still yet, as that shot just narrowly misses to the rebound, and Jack finds the goal. 18 points.
Oh, just piling it on at this point. The minute left, it's very unlikely Nameless are able to make this comeback. And I mean, although I'd absolutely love to see
at this point, it's just about getting some points, right? Carrying that over to their next matches, because same thing applies to Nameless here. They're still not done for the day, so they definitely want to at least be able to go into the next match with some rhythm or some confidence going into that.
Yeah, and I mean, I suppose the adrenaline and the just the speed coming in through from Blank, I mean, it's really preventing them from being tired, from being tired from such a what ends up being a long series of matches, and this 3-point shot coming through from Blank, not quite able to make it. But yeah, I mean, when you have such a long series of matches, it really helps that you get a lot of these wins, and maybe even a Mercy coming up here to Blank's really going to boost their strength, really going to boost their stamina, as this one's going to come through for the Mercy win with the 2-round sweep by Blank, but doing a really good job of keeping possession this game. And with that, hand it over to Strembitsky. Probably going to talk to you all about that.
Hey, what's up? It's me, Strembitsky. So yeah, round 2. Blank continuing to dominate. They must just be feeling fantastic compared to the previous series they played. Nameless definitely looking like they've perhaps run out of steam, or maybe just playing too panicked. The pressure here has to be crazy. Even though they're not out of the tournament quite yet, the pressure still must have been rampant, just exhausting to play against. But yeah, the whole game felt like it was just focused on Nameless's goal. We basically just watched Blank attempt their offense until they scored, while they recovered everything they missed. Honestly, just textbook play. Really, really good boosting, really good man coverage, really good job getting open, stunning out the guy covering you. We saw some great saves as well, other defensive stops from Nameless, but again, the recovery from Blank was just too strong. Every single one of their players was playing at their absolute pinnacle this series, and unfortunately ending in a Mercy, you know, nobody wants to see that, but just honestly, just focus on how good Blank must be feeling heading into their next series. After a series like that, after a round like that, they might be fit to take the whole thing, but yeah, good game, and we'll see the next one.
Yeah, we have that coming up. The next one's coming up rather soon, at least ish. Over on the channels 2 and 3 of VRML, those matches concluding still, but we will have the next match for you quite soon. With that, I also want to give a shout out to everyone, of course, across the various places we're streaming these matches here today, which is to say, of course, venues. Always a joy to be in venues. for all the people watching there in that stadium setting in VR, able to kind of get together and kind of cheer on like a real sport. Because Echo is indeed just that. That's why we always say it's not just a e-sport or a VR sport. It's a sport. Everything you do in the game, everything you see in the game, it's what the players are doing in real life. And for anyone who hasn't played it yet, you want to get in on the fun. It's free to download, of course, on the Oculus Store for both PC and Quest on the Oculus platforms. So, if you haven't already, get into it soon because you're missing out on a tremendous amount of fun. Swift, anything else you want to leave off with, or any particular standouts in this game, and what you're looking forward to for the remaining couple?
No, just again, just really, really good momentum here for Blank to take into the next game, and of course, thank you everybody for watching across all of the platforms, of course mentioned, especially to you guys on Venues, and yeah, I mean, just some excellent games today, and of course we're not done. We've got a couple more rounds to show you guys.
Oh yeah, and also note as well, for those who might not be familiar with VRML in particular, VR Master League, that is to say, come join it if you're a player in whether it's Echo Arena, Onward, Pavlov, or a variety of the other games that we support. Check out vrml.com for that. And we are a league that supports a lot of flexibility, all levels of play and skill and dedication. So if you're someone who just enjoys some of these games, playing it kind of casually, just here and there, and not trying to take it super seriously, that's all right. We have so many teams in this league. It's a skill-based MMR-based ladder system. So your matches, you'll get paired against teams of similar skill. The scheduling is flexible, 7 days a week, essentially 24 hours a day. You get 2 matches every Monday morning, and anytime throughout the rest of the week, you can schedule with the teams that you're matched against by the website, and casters will hop on. We have tons of casters, about 40 or 50 of them here in the Echo side of things. We stream dozens, and I mean dozens and dozens of hours of matches every single week. So yeah, join the league. You can get casted, you can play some competitive games, whether you're casual or hardcore about it. The more, the merrier. And that's been the running theme this past year plus. But with that said, we will take a quick intermission now and be back to you with your next match around the corner. So do stay tuned, and yeah, I'll be right back.
Up to Ninja Knight. Ninja Knight behind the goal. And Street Boo with the save, denying that one. So Street Boo really on full display.
Tortoise and Anubis to get themselves another 2 and stop what was 6 unanswered points from Dust Bunnies. There's that header. The 3-point header off the joust.
Hey, 1 minute left. The thing is that there is still a lot of time for at least a goal. Some Ducks moved through that mid lane. That was risky as anything. That said, briskly down the lane. Cosmo claiming back the 2.
Grumpy is going to stun out Franz.
tracks it down. It's all the way down towards the bubble. A good chain there. Andy with it. 2-on-1. Again, single shot. What a stop. He sends that one away, and Jail Graham's going to pick it up, turning it around here for Ethereal.
Back to Aiden. Aiden now sending it over, but vacant. Well, the Steel picking it off, and Breezebo trying to walk it up the floor here for some more offense. 4 minutes left.
Yeah, Phoenix really doing a great job of passing, working it along the baseline. Jason now on the baseline.
To Titan. Titan looking for that crossover. Oh, just a fake. Titan, the take. Oh, but not the make. A grab here from Grumpiest Broom. Can he do it again? No. Steel Sky, the heroic grab. And Steel Sky.
They're not letting this league get carried away. And they're applying the pressure into the zone of extinction as extinction gets the clear.
Oh, only that, the shot. Dazzling here. Off of and dodging, juking, looking for the passing play perhaps, but unfortunately no one in the lane that Anubis was looking for. But with that, Ghost Duck trying to tap it off, and in the trap, Tuna Fish and Caesar contesting. But Caesar making a Caesar salad out of that, and oh my goodness, again, Caesar! All the way from Rome.
Pass to Zenith, and Kango's really taking their time here with the bounce passes. Oh, and the really slick pass, and eventually ending up in a goal for Kangaroo and Strembitsky.
Caps are not able to get there. Oh, that's
Oh, hold on, Dimween! Hold on, Dimween! It's a shot from Ender, way deep down. 54. What a hit! That was crazy.
It's got to be a record.
So Charlie 13 now with it, sending it across to Swift. Swift trying to find him and finding Alikos. Alikos making an attempt happen and making that goal in the top pocket.
It just gets over to Mozzie here. Mozzie going for a cross the single shot, and single shot, just looking for a single shot and puts it in with 8 meters per second on the shot.
They're going to be forced to compete up against them. And if they want to have a chance, they got to improve. They got to get good enough to beat the likes of Phantoms or Gravity or anyone that's at the top. That's a ridiculous across-court bounce shot.
The goalie, you should definitely do it. So yeah, you have to be careful with that sometimes. But anyways, here coming back into the game here, Camjam is gonna go for the deep, nice crop pass. Who has a 1v1 opportunity here, just denying any chance here for Leviathan to come back, and again makes it a 3-point game.
Rock Tour saying possession must be super in favor of Illumiduty, and right now the possession back to Illumiduty. Good dive from Burbs. Recovery, possibly from Burbs. Has the angle. It's tight, and it's there! Chuck Not Norris gets it out, and kiting. Otherwise, a great goal from that pizza slice. As it will be taken here by Newton Dad. Newton, of course, Newton and Newton Dad, frequents of the Twitch chat, always here supporting teams, whether it's his own or others. And Abshu gets it right through for the 11th point.
Bouncing around, and Billy Brick Wall can't quite get there, and that's gonna give one more opportunity. What?
So into the blue zone, back into the goal. Whoa, what a save from Cakester. That is a huge save to keep them alive in this game. They're gonna go for the 3. They're gonna make the 3. Echo Japan, there's Kaz. Oh, Kaz, doing the dancing. Do it. Do something. Do something. Yes.
Can you feel me? Sorry I kept you waiting forever and
getting going, and that's a good move from Ignite. The pass there, slowly rolling the way of VTS King. VTS slapping it over, a catch by Duel. Duel sending it to the sideline. Now will be Franz, rolling it up the floor to Wolf. Wolf on the approach, handing it out to the corner. There's a team play, but there is the save away, and Phoenix through to bring it within one. That was a nice one. Oh no, and the dab. Oh no, and the double dab. I'm done.
DTS King working his way along the left side. There's no pressure right now. He can take his time. He passes to the right. NTS Franz is below. Goes off the backboard. NTS Franz brings Ignite up by 9.
Not quite able to pick it up, and the shot goes out off the mark. Looks like it's going to be Goran Jr. picking that up, doing a nice spin move, but the shot was off the mark. But he's able to get it that second time. What a pocket by Goran there.
With it at mid, sending it in, is going to hit Meatballer. Meatballer encroaching on the bubble. Al coming in. What a stop there by Com. Going to be picked up by Al, and Ryan coming away with it, but Arco is in, no Com with another grab. Connor Chaos with it now. Connor Chaos going to back it up. 17 seconds, sending this one up, but red there by Jay Walker. Jay Walker with the clear.
Mozzie.
Mozzie, he's going to get his pocket picked. Ryan with it. Ryan Hager shot there from Jay Walker. That was disgusting.
Keep on, I shine. You'll surely get burned if you reach out and touch. My mind is a battle, I'm trying to hide it. Getting these voices inside to stay quiet. On to the place where all this began. To start again. I'll see the light until the
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to VR Master League here in Venues. I'm Palador, being joined now by Nightfire, and we are starting shortly our 4th round of the brackets of this Challenger Cup in Europe. It's Everest facing Neo. And again, I'm Palador, got Nightfire casting with me, so much for subtlety on the cameras, and Strembitsky on the sidelines. Nightfire, how's it going?
It's good. It's the Challenger Cup weekend. You know, it's a day full of high-intensity Echo Arena. You know, we have 2 more games left for this EU Challenger Cup. This next one, Everest versus Neo, I'm very much looking forward to. But on top of that, Pally, we also have the NA Challenger Cup later today. So if you want to catch more amazing Echo Arena action, just be sure to tune in a few hours from the end of this last stream of the EU Cup, and there'll be 5 NA games to tune into. So it's I have no complaints, Pally. I'm in hog heaven. It's Echo Arena, and Saturday it's taking over my Saturday.
Yeah, well, taking over a lot of our Saturdays here, and in the best of ways for sure. For those wanting to also tune into the North American Challengers Cup, that does start in roughly 3 hours from now.
Yeah.
3 hours and 5 minutes. So for you guys in Venues, on Twitch, on Facebook Live, YouTube Gaming, wherever you are coming from, this is the place to be. And it's going to be the place to be later on as well, as we place ourselves into the first joust. And again, courtesy also to so much for subtlety for those awesome split cams on those neutral jousts as we start off here.
It's really cool because it shows you the different styles and how these teams like to joust out the gate. And already, the attack coming in. Martin III finds 2 in a flash. This squad taking the lead. It seemed to have a bit of a technical difficulty there. We do apologize for the scrambled screen, but with new features comes some new bugs.
No worries, just a little scrambled screen, some scrambled eggs. Got waking up early here, breakfast time for me. And for anyone who knows me, that is these morning times. They're not a Palador type thing, but when Echo is in the books and we've got a Challengers Cup, we're here to cast it. And right now trying to scramble back on the offense as they set out will be Conrad with the disc for Everest.
The setup coming in for Everest. They come out with a gate with an awesome attack, and then they keep the pressure coming. They get that interrupt on the offensive joust. A good pass to Steffo, who's clinging on the bottom of the goal there, almost stealth-like. Snags it and dunks it in for another 2, and Everest doing well to get themselves a nice early 4-point lead. The question is can Neo react? They've had their offensive joust disrupted once. We'll see if they can prevent that from happening here as they try and attack to minimize this 4-point lead.
Everest will be there with the recovery again, though. Bad Elmo now getting the grab. And back to Steffo, who eyes down that goal, perhaps, but cut off by Snowy Blue right there by the snowy clouds and sends it through to the orange zone. Picked again by Martin for Everest, and back at him again.
The Everest squad doing well to keep possession of the disc. They're making it hard for Neo to work through the midfield, and a good pass, a good cross. The cross pass there going a bit wide. Well, it was a good lightning setup there. Ultimately doesn't come together. They're going to continue the attack, though. The pass to the bottom of the zone. The stun coming in from the back end there as Bad Elmo finds two.
And Bad Elmo from Steffo, and just right in the inside there, 2 meters out. So walked it right in, and often the case too. You know, for goalies sometimes it's good to do that. We see so many goalies, especially in Europe, who are so proficient. As a snag there from Steffo, not sure if that was the intention or not, but goalies get so proficient these days. Sometimes you do just want to walk it in instead of trying to throw it from too far out, because they pick those left and right, especially here in this region.
And this is really an opportunity for Neo. You're starting to see Everest get more and more aggressive each round. Neo needs to react off of that aggression and try and sneak past. They got to first get their hands on the disc, and that's going to be tough as Bad Elmo finds another two. 8-point lead now for Everest, and it's only been 3 minutes. They are on a fast track to grabbing a mercy here for this round one.
Yeah, and this match here in particular is so crucial to the potential outcomes, because again, this is a round robin, so every team plays each other. The top couple teams get to secure their spot in the Master Division. Blank and Hyperion are 1 and 2 right now. Everest and Neo, they are 3 and 4, but the records there, all 3 and 2 and 1 for all those teams I just mentioned. So every single win is going to count all the more here. They need this, both these teams.
Cannot forget that, because it's definitely an element that ends up determining how these players play. That pressure results in missed shots, mistakes, and potential goals that maybe you wouldn't see in the regular season, because right now it really matters. The pressure is on for these squads. The brawl for disc ends up going into the hands of Everest, but the clear quickly snagged. A nice bounce pass to the back of the zone, gets scooped up by the likes of Wolfo, and maybe finally Neo can set up an attack. There's the 3-point shot, but snagged by Conrad. A huge shutdown. That would have been the way to get back into this game.
Some great finesse on the shot, but that's the other issue with the backboard shots at times too, is by default, it's going to take a little bit of power off those shots. Once it hits that back, just like that, will hit the pole as well. Rebounded, slapped out there, and back to the midfield into the trap as the recovery from that stack. Steffo and Bad Elmo get that disc back, only for a second, as Spy sees they're spying on the disc.
The full clear here. The stack is there in time, but they missed the disc. Goes just out of reach, and then the re-clear, the re-push, the 3-point shot from long range. Bounces off the shield, but right back into the hands of Conrad, who's still outside of the 3-point bubble when he takes the shot. Puts that lead up 11-0 for Everest.
And growing ever more by the minute. 5 minutes left here in this first round. Everest looking strong. Neo, see what they do on this joust, because so far they're just having trouble. Kind of like our last game there, where it's just, you know, one team is not really able to break it through into the offense almost at all. So kind of struggling there, but that's a great grab from Grimy. The Grimy hands, but unfortunately the first shot not there. The rebound will be. Spicy does not get that 3 from the anchored position. A rebound now from Conrad, and looking for that quick clear.
We have an awkward shield bounce, but ultimately does get cleared all the way down into the zone of Neo. And Everest, or no one's here quite yet as the disc floats around the zone of Neo. 4 minutes left, and I liked it. Neo tried a different rollout offensively, and they did manage to get themselves into positions that they hadn't found themselves in previous rollouts. So they're trying to adjust. You know, they're recognizing that Everest are really doing a good job of shutting down their offensive pushes. The shot there goes wide. That's unfortunate. That could have been a nice 3. But they're adapting. You know, Neo's not letting go of this, as Everest do struggle for dispossession here for at least a little bit.
Yeah, that was two nice attempts in a row, but almost more deflating yet, because at the end of the day, The score increases for Everest, and Neo still stuck at that 0, despite, again, like you mentioned, the good adjustments.
You know, it's a little too early to be looking into round 2. You know, you have 3.5 minutes. A 13-point lead, while significant, shouldn't be something that deters you from playing in this round. You know, you really do want to get momentum and some energy onto your team's side before you go into that next round. You don't want to have potential mercy. The cross pass floats out of the hands of Everest for just a second there as we continue to try to battle for dispossession here in Neo's zone.
And so far, a lot of that possession here, about 63% of it being had by Everest thus far, reflecting somewhat on the boards. And they do get another open lane. Actually, it might go in. It does. Oh, Spicy, I spy their first 3 here for Neo. And maybe that'll get them going.
At least it's something. You know, you don't want to go into round 2 not having any points on the board. So now they have, you know, they've gotten that 3, and frankly, a 10-point lead with 2.5 it's attackable. It's something that you can whittle down if you can play fast enough. And they have the disc, they have the clear down here. Neo may be able to set up for another attack if they can get this in their zone. No, they can't. Everest have done a good job on defense to really make it challenging for Neo to set up. And as I say that, a huge steal comes in from Neo.
They're doing a great job again. They're getting multiple looks. Rebound there. Not quite. The punches, though, from Spicy were in. But you know, the thing about those long shots and sometimes those unexpected shots, they can really be damaging, mentally speaking, to the team it goes against. Likewise, it could really boost up the team who makes it. Those ones will just make it feel good. You know, break those seals as they try and seal one off here on the defense. Conrad, oh, extra pass. That was sweet to Martin III for that finish.
I love to see that lightning pattern of passing go into the zone. You know, the zig and zag, really throwing off that defense, drawing them away from the goal, and ultimately opening up that really nice cross for the 2. Everest just playing really good here in round 1 of this series. They're very much recognizing the importance of this series as Elmo sinks in the 3. They are trying to shut down whatever little momentum Neo had off of that 3 that they scored there.
Well, that tickled me. That was quite the shot from Elmo. 28 meters deep, right underneath the barrier. That's not the easiest shot in the world to hit. It's one of those where you have to kind of crank your neck up a little bit. It's not the same as that head-on mail slot shot. So able to hit that angle, as we do in fact get a little timeout here being taken. Maybe one of the players restarting, it looks like, for the side of Everest, who are in the lead. So kind of interesting choice if it was Everest who initiated that. Almost interesting that they would expend that timeout, being that they are in such a good lead. But I'm just guessing here.
Yeah, I would have to say probably is a little bit of a tech hiccup on their end, and so these happen, you know, when you're online. And fortunately enough, we've got some cool camera angles to provide you and keep you entertained, courtesy of obviously Palador, the VRML casting and production team that puts together all of this stuff. It's so it's really just, it looks amazing. Subtlety's been doing great with the cams today, and I've been having a great time casting it and watching it. I got to tune into venues. A shout out to everyone that was in there. Mozzie, a bunch of other folks hanging out inside of venues, chatting it up. I love it. It's you know, it's just another way to socialize.
Oh, absolutely. Fantastic being back here in Season 3 in venues. Everyone, you know, really loved that last season, and glad to be back in venues again for this season and the remainder of it, coming at you every week for the rest of the season. Gonna be a great time for sure as this does continue. You touched on the creators team as well briefly, which I did want to shout out too, because they've been doing great jobs. Those videos you see during the intermission, courtesy of them. Interviews from Rosie and co. We got Lulz making those highlight, those recap videos. I mean, everyone's firing in all cylinders, as is Neo getting their second 3-pointer from Spicy again.
You know, it's a good setup and a nice bit of momentum shift, but it's too little too late. 20 seconds left, the lead insurmountable at this point, 12 points. Unable to be scored, obviously, in 15 seconds. So round 1 is going to be going to Everest. They managed to create a mountain of a lead that Neo could not be overcome. He could not become the one and fly to the top of that lead because it was too great. And you know, it's going to be interesting for round 2. We're going to see what Neo can do. You know, if you're Everest, they got nothing to lose. They had such a great round 1.
We got Strem to tell us about that a little bit here.
Yes, we do.
Hey, so yeah, so I noticed right off the start, Martin Third immediately showing his veterancy with very disciplined back passing and spacing. You know, he's a very, very experienced player, been to many LAN events in years past, but he basically indirectly, of course, earned Everest their first 4 points. Neo's defense, on the other hand, looked very strong, but fortunately for Everest, they were able to tap pass in the bubble and shoot 2-pointers consistently the whole round. And aside from 2-pointers, they're also making very difficult half courts, which looks very intimidating for the other team. Neo did look a bit off. I thought that they were chasing the disc excessively, and they kept ending up in the same positions as each other, and they didn't seem to be boosting to the best of their ability. And I know that they are good players and they're capable, so yeah, perhaps they're placing too much pressure on themselves, or Everest is just on fire right now. Either way, something interesting to note is the timeout. It was Everest who called it while being ahead, and immediately upon the game resuming, Neo actually found some nice momentum. So we'll see how round 2 gets affected by that, if at all. And yeah, good luck to both teams. Let's see what round 2 has in store for us.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking similarly. They're just maybe icing themselves a little bit, but they certainly had the momentum. But open the lanes a little bit for Neo to maybe get something going. And thanks again to Strembitsky, of course, from Kangarillas, a world champion of Echo Arena, and right back into this game as these teams set off for round 2 in what is again a very, very crucial one in the outcome of this cup.
The double clear attempt from Neo there ends up not going through both times, and now Neo's battling for dispossession in their zone. Everest looking to pile on in round 2 here. They want to get a lead early and keep it, just like they did in round 1. Bad Elmo is going to find that shot. Navigates it past the goalie there for 2.
Right into the head, it looks like there. So Bad Elmo, I mean, continuing to have a very effective game. Bad Elmo is up to 11 points thus far, along with those 2 assists. So lead score by a decent margin, about double up on anyone else.
Neo's had a tough time getting out of the midfield on their offensive joust. They tried to shift up the strategy a little bit at one point there in round 1. And I wonder if they're going to try and shift it up again in this round 2. Granted, they have managed to finally get their attack set up. There's the stun. Snowy Blue finding 2. And Neo not letting this one get out of reach, at least just yet in round 2.
Certainly not. That was a great job. Great coordination. First, the duck move from Snowy under 2 defenders. And again, for those who aren't familiar with Echo and Neo, that is what they're doing in real life. It is 1-to-1, certainly. And then Wolfo, that stun. So a lot of good things going for them in the coordinated effort there to make that goal happen and tie it up. So that's a great start for Neo.
Echo Arena, a fantastic esport, you know, really emphasizing the sport element as a great shot comes in from Bad Elmo, firing it in at 16 meters a second. That's a tough one to snag, and Everest take again the lead, but this time it's not quite as tall of a mountain to climb for Neo. We'll see if they can keep this one close as they go again on the offensive joust.
And sometimes it just takes that first goal. I know Strem had mentioned in the sidelines there between rounds out, some of it maybe just a little bit too frantic, a little bit too nervous. Maybe another part of it, one team and Everest being hot, they're feeling good. With that said, in these big time streams, these big time games, sometimes all you need is that round as it goes around to Conrad, found by Bad Elmo.
Great pass work, and you know, the pass to the bottom of the zone was almost a fake out. It drew the defense down, for then opening the pass up to the cross in the mid. Just a great setup there from Everest. Tough to defend, and now Neo, here they are, shifting up their rollout. They've tried different rollouts the last 3 times when they've come into the offensive joust. They've tried to send players in different locations. They've tried to pass it differently. They've tried to clear it differently. And every time, Everest has been in their face, making it a challenge. So they're trying their best to keep Everest on their toes, but Everest do want to keep taking points here as Steffo finds another 2.
Some pretty good aggression there from Neo on the defense. So I think where it got lost a little bit was after the stun on Steffo initially. It was kind of a stun and passed it off to Bad Elmo. The defender left Steffo, which, well, resulted in that pass back from Elmo to Steffo to make the goal. But basically, you know, doing the job to stun him out, but then kind of forgetting that, well, he's going to come out of a stun in a second there, and then just got the walk-in into the goalie as they do it again here. Maybe. Oh, the pass. Elmo to Steffo again. That is deja vu. That's a deja 2, and that is just a beauty to behold.
You go Steffo to Elmo to Elmo to Steffo to Steffo to Elmo to Steffo for that one. That was a great back and forth all the way through the zone of Neo. And all it takes is 2, as Everest proved there. Managing to get themselves 2 points. And uh-oh, the QB rollout goes missed and punished in a flash. 3 points for Everest.
Oh, man, just like that 3 earlier in that first round we talked about off the wall, how that can be damaging to a psyche for one team. Well, likewise, little miscommunication, missed grab, what have you, those are the ones that can really start to pile it on and cause those snowballs. So Neo trying to recover if they can. That rollout, though, is not going to do it as Conrad gets a disc.
And it's really just been great defense from Everest. Every rollout they've been so hard to get through in the midfield. And then once they get dispossession, it's been tough for Neo to get it back. Everest passing really on point right now. It really is this Everest team just playing at a very high level. You know, the setup here, all of this passing work on point. They haven't had too many missed passes on this particular attack as well. So as I say that, the steal comes in from Snowy, and finally the clear. Maybe this is going to be an opportunity for Neo to get a few points.
Oh, the stuns, though, coming through as well. The stack does still recover. Will be tapped over to Elmo. Elmo trying to maneuver, looking for that ceiling shot. There is a goalie back there. Can they get back in time is the question. Well, the ding is going to deny it either way, but rebound by Conrad. And going head-to-head with another cross pass, but a little bit of a maybe cut when they should have cut. But they still get the rebound anyways. It's a 3-on-1 situation. Tough to deal with.
The Everest offense really piling on now, and they are getting danger close to a mercy here in round 2. They want to lock in this series, and hey, they need it. You know, the more points, the merrier, they're saying, because this is it is close in this Challenger Cup, and Everest need every round and every point they can get their hands on. So they're going to continue to attack as aggressively as possible to get themselves ever closer to that mercy, because the more points they can get, the better.
Definitely trying to avoid that. Nothing else. Just trying to find a little bit of rhythm here. They're not out of time, but it's getting to that point, certainly. And Everest can feel it. That's a great grab, though, from Grimy. Shown some pretty good hands here on the defensive end a few different times throughout this match. But as has often been the case, that stack gets there first for Everest. They're in control. They've got that disc and maybe losing it there. Some nice aggression from the defense, but it's going to get lost in the trap for a little bit.
A good slap away. Buys time for Everest defense to set up. Steffo coming out of the darkness, stuns out and snags the disc, clears it down range. Conrad's going to be there to grab it and sink it in for 2. The lead continues to get ever higher as Everest continues to perform very well in this second round.
Yeah, ever higher, and definitely is, well, true to the name. For them, for Neo, they're just trying to find a little bit of a medicine here. You know, grab that Neosporin, or because Neo, they need to be Neoscorin right there. It's going to be taken by Wolfo as well as Spy, and Spy looking through that lane but couldn't get it out as it will bounce right back to the looking glass to Steffo, and Steffo from the top inverting, looking to maybe hit a cutter, and there it is, but just a bit too high. But you saw the intention.
Yeah, he managed to draw out all of that defense, too. It would have been the cross pass one-on-one. Instead, it is a snag from Grimy, who finds 3. He's going to cut the lead down just a touch there. I don't know, 12-point lead, 2 minutes. It's a crazy 2-minute drill is what that would be.
Yeah, at this point, playing just for points and for that momentum, because there's still another round to go here as Steffo takes that disc and sends it over to that side wall. Good duck through move from Martin, manages to dish it immediately to Elmo, who converts. What a efficient rollout despite all the clutter, and Martin there was wearing the defense as clothing just about before it got that pass to Elmo.
In any momentum that had been gained from Grimey's 3 just gets taken away in a flash. You know, the 3 rebuttal coming in from Everest, making that lead ever more difficult to get through. Here's a good rollout. This is what maybe they should have tried a little earlier. It gets the full force of the Neo squad inside the zone of Everest, but the Everest defense shining and stunning nearly everyone that's trying to get set up as they, again, get their hands on disc and clear down for another attack. This may be an open goal 3 opportunity if it gets the right bounce, but it doesn't.
And rebound going to be had here. Oh, everyone overshooting just a little bit, but Martin will eventually grab, coming out of that trap alive with the disc somehow. Way deep down, the good dive though from Wolfo, and now a bounce serve clear to the side.
Still though, it's Everest with possession, and this is what Everest wants, you know, momentum to carry themselves, like you said, into that last series. There's still one more set of rounds to be played for this Challenger Cup, so they're not quite out of the woods just yet. Steffo tries to slap that away, but ultimately it bounces off his head and goes in for 2. But still, I mean, if you want to, you know, talk about a good way to carry yourselves into what could be a series that decides if your team is going to go to the Master Tier or not. This is a good one to come off of. It's a good momentum to have to carry over into your next series.
Well, let me tell you something. It's going to be close because the other matches are done. Blank and Hyperion are number 1 and 2 at 3 and 1, and guess what? Everest just joined them also at 3 and 1. So that race at the very top now is going to come between those 3 teams. Either way, we're guaranteed new master teams here in EU, no matter what at this point. But over to Strem, I'll kick it to you, Strem Bitsky.
Hey, so at the beginning of that match, we saw Snowy Blue from Neo opening up the first 2 points with a great double man duckaroo followed by a shot on a stunned goalie, and I thought that type of play, that type of play was really exciting. It was the type of play to get a lot of momentum for Neo to open up this second round. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out that way as we saw. I noticed that Neo was attempting a QB chain play, and this is something that's been experimented with in Echo for a very long time. Most teams actually have a variation of this play, but they don't do it right off the initial grab of the disc because it's too dangerous of that chain getting stunned out and losing possession because it's too predictable. And that's exactly what was happening. Everest didn't let that play work out at all, and then once they got possession, they slowed it down and just scored 2 with very clean, disciplined passing the whole round. There was many examples of Neo missing their regrabs and trying to cover their man without a boost. So when Everest was scoring, it actually wasn't usually a 4v4 bubble offense versus defense. It was just sort of Neo trying to follow their man and Everest just being that little bit ahead. And as we saw, Everest just played their game, ran the show pretty much, just ran their chain faster. They didn't really face too much pressure. Hopefully, we can see Neo, switch that up. Or sorry, is this their last game, or are they playing another one?
There is one more round of these brackets left, yeah.
Okay, for Neo as well. Okay, so yeah, so hopefully that was just this series. They were a little bit off, and they come back in the next one. But yeah, that was the series, and GG for Everest, and hopefully the next games are just as exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, with that, we're going to head off to a quick intermission. The next games are going to be prepped rather quickly here, so do stay tuned for our final match of this Challengers Cup in EU. We'll be right back.
to Ninja Knight. Ninja Knight behind the goal, and Street Boo with the save, denying that one. So Street Boo really on full display.
Tortoise and Anubis to get themselves another 2 and stop what was 6 unanswered points from Dust Bunnies. There's that header, the 3-point header off the joust.
Hey, 1 minute left. The thing is that there is still a lot of time for at least a goal. Some Ducks moved through that mid lane. That was risky as anything. That said, briskly down the lane, Cosmo claiming back the 2.
Grumpy is going to stun out Franz. Tracks it down. All the way down towards the bubble. A good chain there. Andy with it. 2-on-1. Again, single shot. What a stop. He sends that one away, and Jail Graham's going to pick it up, turning it around here for Ethereal.
Back to Aiden. Aiden now sending it over, but vacant. The Steel picking it off, and Breezebo trying to walk it up the floor here for some more offense. 4 minutes left.
Yeah, Phoenix really doing a great job of passing, working it along the baseline. Jason now on the baseline.
To Titan looking for that crossover. Oh, just a fake. Titan, the take. Oh, but not the make. A grab here from Grumpy's Broom. Can he do it again? No. Steel Sky, the heroic grab. And Steel Sky.
They're not letting this league get carried away. And they're applying the pressure into the zone of Extinction as Extinction gets the clear.
Oh, only that, the shot. Dazzling here. And dodging, juking, looking for the passing play perhaps, but unfortunately no one in the lane that Anubis was looking for. But with that, Ghost Duck trying to tap it off, and in the trap, Tuna Fish and Caesar contesting. But Caesar making a Caesar salad out of that, and oh my goodness, again, Caesar! All the way from Rome.
Pass to Zenith, and Kango's really taking their time here with the bounce passes. Oh, and the really slick pass, and eventually ending up in a goal for Kango early. Strembitsky.
Caps are not able to get there. Oh, that's
Oh, hold on, Dimween! Hold on, Dimween! It's a shot from Ender, way deep down. 54. What a hit! That was crazy.
It's got to be a record.
So Charlie 13 now with it, sending it across to Swift, with trying to find him and finding Alikos. Alikos making an attempt happen and making that goal in the top pocket.
It just gets over to Mozzie here. Mozzie going for across the single shot, and single shot, just looking for a single shot and puts it in with 8 meters per second on the shot.
Forced to. They're going to be forced to compete up against them. If they want to have a chance, they got to improve. They got to get good enough to beat the likes of Phantoms or Gravity or anyone that's at the top. That's a ridiculous across-court bounce shot.
The goalie, you should definitely do it. So yeah, you have to be careful with that sometimes. But anyways, here coming back into the game here, Camjam is gonna go for the deep, nice crop pass. Who has a 1v1 opportunity here, just denying any chance here for Leviathan to come back, and again makes it a 3-point game.
Rock Tour saying possession must be super in favor of Illumiduty, and right now the possession back to Illumiduty. Good dive from Burbs. Recovery, possibly from Burbs. Has the angle. It's tight, and it's there! Shocknot Norris gets it out, and kiting. Otherwise, a great goal from that pizza slice. As it will be taken here by Newton Dad. Newton, of course, Newton and Newton Dad, frequents of the Twitch chat, always here supporting teams, whether it's his own or others. And Abshu gets it right through for the 11th point.
Bouncing around, and Billy Brickwall can't quite get there, and that's gonna give one more opportunity. What?
So into the blue zone, back into the goal. Whoa, what a save from Cakester. That is a huge save to keep this alive, keep them alive in this game. They're gonna go for the 3. They're gonna make the 3. Echo Japan, there's Kaz. Oh, Kaz, doing the dancing. Do it. Do something. Do something. Yes.
Hello and welcome back. We are on round 5 of the EU Challenger Cup. This is going to be Everest versus Nameless. I'm Sputnik Cobra and I'm joined by Nightfire. How are you doing, Nightfire?
I'm great. It's been an awesome day of EU Challenger Cup action. Every game has been pretty dang exciting to tune into. We've had a couple of great back and forths, a couple of strong wins. And now I'm curious to see what Everest is going to do coming out of a very strong W. And, you know, like we said, Spud, these games, everything matters here, especially for the likes of Everest, where they're so close to potentially taking a master tier spot that they really need this series W. And they really need it in 2. They can't afford to let a round slip away from them.
Definitely. And they've been playing for 7 weeks, 6 weeks. I think this is week 7 now. I mean, if you're counting the Challenger Cup.
Yeah.
So that's 6 weeks of play. They've been working towards this. Even if they're not going to clinch one of those mastered spots, they're still going to play as hard as they can because this is what they're working towards. This is why you play sports, and this is the glory of it all.
Yeah, you know, it's I've seen all kinds of, you know, like Palador said, if you're new to the game, don't be deterred from seeing such, you know, high-skilled players play the game. The beauty of the VR Master League is that if you want to play Echo Arena and have some good quality matches where you're playing against people of equal skill level, you do get matched appropriately with those people. So it's just a great overall system that caters to all sorts of skill level. If you want to try and become the best, then you can, you know, try and climb up the ladder, beat out teams, and ultimately be a team like Everest, who's gone 7-3 over the course of the regular season and is now trying to get up into the master tier. They want to be able to compete for prizing when it comes down to it at the end of the season, and you can only really do that if you're up in that master tier. So again, a lot on the line for these teams. It's important to be up there in the top 10, and they're trying hard for it here in this Challenger Cup. There's going to be 2 more of these too, Spot. We got to remember that. You know, we have a long season. I'm already thinking about the next one.
And I hope it's just as exciting as this first one. And the teams will be getting ready to start, but just not yet. So, you know, we talk about the Challenger Cup. We're going to have 3 of them this season. This is the first one. We'll have the NA Cup after this.
Yep.
And today. And it's just the culmination of everyone's effort.
Yeah.
All of these teams, they work towards this. They try and get up the ladder. They try and maintain their positioning.
Yep.
And it really just creates the best climate for the most competitive games.
You guarantee that the master tier is going to be filled with quality teams at all times. Essentially, you know, there's no slouching once you get up there either. You know, you have to play, or else you end up back in the Challenger Cup competing for a spot. So, you know, I love it. I've been having a great time watching season 3, and this Challenger Cup has been delivering as we dive into round 1 of Everest, already taking disc advantage.
So with possession would be Everest, but they'll lose it. Multi with the stun. Multi finding the forward pass to Miabra. But Miabra is going to lose it. But that backstack will come through trying to get that pass. It's going to be wide of its target, slightly above that intended pass. And now with possession is Everest with this long shot attempt. And that might be good. And it is Conrad starting it off with that one. And that's an explosive message to Nameless.
And I mean, Everest are coming off of some crazy momentum. You know, they just had a fantastic series that we tuned into where they nearly mercied several times their opponent. Now going up against Nameless to kick it off with a huge 3 like that. I mean, couldn't ask for a better way to kick off round 1 of this series where a lot on the line, like we've been saying. A great way to start as they do vie for dispossession in the midfield.
And will be picked up along the wall by Bad Elmo. They're going to lose it to Hunter. Hunter with another long shot. Is this one good? It's going to ding. So great attempt from Nameless, but not able to secure those 3 points.
And you know, we saw Hunter. He's been here on this stream already today, and we've seen him make great backboard threes. You know, he's a great shooter for this Nameless squad. Very capable of sinking big points in when they need it. And this Everest team has to be careful. A bit of a missed back clear does lead up to a little bit of an attack and a steal.
And following that will be Nameless getting at the wall, but not able to get it out of their backcourt. It will be Bad Elmo shutting that down. Now with possession is Everest working their way into that bubble up to the ceiling and getting that possession. And not the shot, though, as that downward shot will be wide of the target. It's now a loose disc and being slapped out of the bubble by a player of Nameless.
Just a bit offset on that cross there. He tried to get there and snag it and dunk it in, but he just wasn't in the right position to do so. The defense of Nameless scrambling back here as they did manage to semi-clear the disc out of their zone. The good stuns there do result in a full clear. Martin's here to try and react and snag disc as Miabra sails past Martin in the midfield there. It does open up again a little bit of an attack opportunity. You see Everest trying to pounce on any sort of opening on this defense, but when they recognize they can't, they set up back and pass it to Martin.
So Martin forward to Bad Elmo at the wall. Bad Elmo looking for that cross and the save from Multi, just reading that one perfectly. And that clear will come through. This is an attempt for Nameless, but it will be Everest at their bubble to recover it. Actually not. Miabra will come through, finding that at 3 meters.
And maybe Everest getting a little too lax. You know, they haven't really been challenged consistently in a while. You know, they've had 2 rounds where they were really the dominating team over the course of those 2 rounds. They can't let a few points, you know, get to their heads, because 3 points is not a lot in this Challenger Cup. We've seen score lines fluctuate heavily with teams at this skill level, and so Everest very much wants to pile on to their lead a little bit more, but can't do it there as Multi dives out from goal, snags it, and clears it down range. Here's maybe a setup attack for the likes of Nameless. No, the disc bouncing a bit wide and ultimately going into the hands of Elmo.
But Nameless will recover it. Hex with possession, sending it forward. Whoa. That shot's going to ding off the bottom pocket. And now with possession is Everest. So Bad Elmo looking forward, finding that clear. That might be a shot that's on target. It's going to bounce wide, though, off the backboard and be picked up by Nameless.
Tried to clear, instantly stealed, instantly re-grabbed by Hunter, and ultimately pushed down to the midfield, snagged by Martin to keep the offensive coming from Everest as the pass does go wide. Not punished, though, re-grabbed by the Everest offense. They continue their attack. Conrad with a good cross pass and another crazy save.
You can see Multi with that save to the bottom pocket and with the hand shuffling, slapping it out of his save hand and getting that pass to Pillar, but that clear from Nameless will result in a turnover at the back court of Everest. Everest with this clear to the tube, getting down court, getting that forward pass. Martin the third opting to send it back just a little bit. Stefo now with possession, sending it to the floor. Bad Elmo looking for an opportunity, going for that cross, and Conrad finishing it right off at 5 meters.
Can't deny every shot attempt. That would be too impressive. But either way, 5 minutes down on the clock and only 7 points scored between both teams. A definite shift in what we saw from this Everest squad in their last series, and Nameless do not want to let this one go. They do not want to lose any more rounds in this Challenger Cup, as very evidently they are trying to get back this lead as Everest just passes around in their zone, buying time.
And that cross pass actually looks like more like a clear. Will bounce off the Geo at mid into the hands of Bad Elmo. Bad Elmo trying to get this boost and clear. They will come through. They will find it along the wall, and they'll send it right back for the reset.
The goalie dove out for just a second there, quickly bounces back. No opportunity to take any shots. A great clear coming in from Nameless. Gets a bit of an awkward bounce, though. does go into the hands of Bad Elmo, and now Hunter with some stun work, a great dodge. The mail slot shot for 3 gets sunk in, and Nameless tie it up just like that with 4 left on the clock.
And looks like this last match will be as much of a thriller as this whole Challenger Cup has been.
Yep.
It's tied up 3 minutes 50 seconds. Joust advantage down to Everest. And with Joust advantage possession will be Bad Elmo sending it forward right to Conrad. Conrad trying to find that cross pass. It's a loose disc now. The Nameless stack will break up. And they're looking to get the possession along the wall. But getting a hand on it and getting that nice pass to mid will be Everest. So Everest still holding on this possession. And Bad Elmo now with the forward pass.
There's a good forward pass. Steffo immediately reacting off of the opportunity. Probably calling out, hey, I got an open goal 3 if you can pass it to me. Really good setup there from Elmo too, and ultimately a quick bounce back from Everest, answering a 3 with a 3.
Some great passing, able to get around that Nameless defense. Nameless being very aggressive, but not able to find possession on that almost turnover that they caused. So now with possession will be Everest sending it back to Conrad at the back line. Conrad sending it to Tube. That one's going to bounce off the wall into the hands of Steffo. They've got this 2v1. They've actually got this man advantage approaching the bubble. Pressuring Multi will be that other player, and it's going to ding on that shot. So they'll pick it right back up. That one's going to ding, and Nameless is going to slap it out of the bubble.
Man, the goalie dive from Multi really threw off that shot and resulted in the shot going a bit wide there. Finally, the follow-up. Multi nearly headers that one out, though, as it does glance off of his head into the goal.
And it looks like a snapping backhand type of a shot from Martin III. So maybe Multi not expecting that type of shot, and it definitely might have taken him by surprise, bouncing off his head. So now Joust advantage to Nameless, and they're struggling for that possession. They're just going to opt to slap it out. Everest maybe should have challenged that one. And they will find it at the floor, so Bad Elmo now just opting to send it back.
And you know, it's interesting. Nameless there panicked that they didn't get that they didn't get the disc out the gate on their Joust, and ultimately they didn't really need to, because like you said, Everest weren't pressuring it. This panic slap does result in Everest getting disc possession. Steffo then finds 2, and the lead of Everest gets ever higher. Nameless gonna have a bit of a tall order in front of them here. They need to sink a couple of 3s and do it fast.
So with Joust advantage will be Nameless. Multi sending it left tube into the hands of Miabra. Miabra able to get it out of their hand, but it's gonna turn over into Steffo's. So Steffo now with that stack ready, trying to boost down court. They will find it at the ceiling. Bad Elmo setting it behind goal, and the shot will miss and almost go into the hands of their teammate, but they will pick it up. Martin III sending it back into the bubble, and that interception denying that attempt.
It was a good dive from Multi on defense to shut it down. Here comes the mail slot shot. Doesn't get there in time. The stack of Everest is back on the defense just in the nick of time to snag it and semi-clear it out, at least prevent it from going into the goal. There is a great stag from Steffo. That's going to be the full clear. The stack's there to challenge, but the defense is back in time, and back and forth here with 30 seconds left. Everest locking in round 1. What a performance from both of these teams, though, in this round 1. You can feel the pressure. You can feel the urgency here. Great snag from Hex. He's going to go for a long 3-pointer. Gets a bit bounce off a little bit too high. The follow-up's there from Multi, though, and 3 gets sunk in, cutting the lead down just a bit. That's important when you talk about these Challenger Cups, too, because every point can matter. You know, if you end up tying with somebody for that final second spot to go up into the Master tier, it could come down to how many points you scored and how many got scored against you. So Nameless not letting up as they close the gap just a touch. Still, though, Everest with round 1. Strembitsky, your thoughts?
Yeah, so at the beginning of that round, we saw Conrad opening up with a beautiful half court. And I have written here, if Everest is going to be making those all game, ... you know, but we actually saw both teams making really nice half-court long 3s all game, actually. Both teams fell into the issue of playing too fast and losing possession. It was actually very uncharacteristic for Everest based off their previous game we just watched. This, combined with fantastic goalies on each side, created a very unpredictable back and forth. And Everest was the first team to slow it down and start taking high percentage shot attempts on goalies, but Multi was just an animal and made so many saves this round. But unfortunately for Nameless, Everest was able to recover most of them. Hunter as well, still making threes, as I noted earlier, but unfortunately Nameless was not able to maintain the pressure, and Everest was able to run away with the lead due to what looked like experience. They're calm, they're only playing as fast as they needed to be. For this next round, Nameless definitely needs to play more disciplined, only pass when they're covered. This round is either going to be heavily in Everest's favors, or it's going to be very close, very high pressure game the entire time, and I definitely hope for the latter.
We're always hoping for a good back and forth here at the VRML, and usually we get it. As we dive into round 2, we'll see if Everest can create a mountain of a lead yet again, or if it's going to be Nameless taking round 2 and pushing us to a best of 3. The clear quickly snagged by Everest, as they don't want to allow Nameless to set up on the offense. And yeah, this is fast so far. These teams really trying to put the pedal on the gas.
And no one's there at the disc. Maybe Stun's at the back court, but it will sail past that player of Everest and will be slapped into the hands of Conrad by a player from Nameless, and that pass won't come through. And you see this defensive pressure, you see this exchange of stuns, you talk about intensity, you're seeing it right now, and Nameless is playing till the very end with, like you said, that foot on the pedal, and with this drive and that cross pass, Multi with the challenge, he's gonna get the stun and deny that steezy shot.
Tries the 360, send it in, but gets stunned out. Everest trying to throw a little flavor onto their goals here as they, again, get up on the offensive setup. A good pick there from Hunter, though, and a great clear. Gets all the way down the tunnel. Everest is there to defend, though. Nobody from Nameless to challenge disc. And ultimately, Everest, with their stack speed, is there to stun them out, get that dispossession, and take the three-point shot. Conrad with a nice shot to the bottom of the goal there.
You can see Nameless on that last shot, trying to recover on the defense. They didn't get a player into goal. They opted to challenge the possession holder. So Conrad, with that open goal, he'll find those 3 points. That's 3 points to Everest in this second round.
This has been, geez, what a day. As we continue on with another great matchup. Both of these teams really coming out here with some energy and some speed in their stacks. The stun, huge one coming in there from Miabra to deny Martin an opportunity to challenge disc. The clear is here, but the stack speed of Everest's defense is has been hard to challenge in this series.
So Multi at the back line will find possession just for a second before being stunned out. And Nameless will send it down to the floor, and under pressure, Hunter will send that pass to Tube, so Hex has his open goal opportunity, but that backstack will find possession, shutting off that angle.
Everest have not been allowing those open goal threes. You know, they have really been making it a priority to speed back into the goal and shut them down. Conrad finds one from 17 meters and doesn't even allow for Nameless to get back in time. 6-point lead now with 3 minutes off the clock.
So Joust advantage down to Nameless. They're only down by 2 possessions. 3 minutes off the clock. With Joust will be Multi sending it right to Miabra. Miabra getting stunned out. That defense perfectly reading that initial pass. And this long shot opportunity is going to be above its target. Multi getting stunned out, but able to get a hand on it and slap it out of bubble. So now it will be in the hands of Everest for that slap forward, and looking for it is a player from Everest. It's going to ding off the pillar, sending it right back to its intended target. Martin III looking for a cross, but going to be stunned out by this Nameless defense, and back in the hands of Everest. Now for the cross and the save from Multi, denying that opportunity. They're still in this, and they're fighting as hard as they can.
A wild save from Multi. The attack continues from Everest. The ding off of the nearly inside of goal goes bouncing back out and cleared out of the zone of Nameless. A wild bit of contesting there, and suddenly an open three gets finally thread in. Hex, with 2 defenders on top of him, sinks the three-pointer.
So only 4 minutes off the clock, only a 3-point differential. We could be going to a round 3, and that's what I want to see. So Joust advantage now to Everest. Two QBs, Bad Elmo. That's going to be off target. They're looking to recover that tube, and they will. Martin the third now sending it forward off that recovery. So Steffo with possession at the floor, looking for these opportunities, making the drive and trying to take that shot on that stunned goalie. Multi wouldn't be able to react to it, but luckily it would hit the crossbar.
I mean, talk about a 3 to shut down momentum. That could have been a nice one. The mail slot shot bouncing off the top of the shield, and then the full clear. We are sailing across the map as both teams vie for offensive opportunities. Here's the setup pass. Doesn't get through the likes of the defense, though. This Nameless defense has been performing fantastically so far in this Challenger Cup. They've done a great job of always being a tough shell to crack. This defense in the zone. Not been easy, and Everest here having a tough time with it as Nameless battles for dispossession in the midfield.
And it will be a slap up to ceiling, recovered by that stack Steffo. Now with possession, sending it mid. Bad Elmo back to Steph on that give and go, but they're not going to be able to complete that pass. So Hex now with possession, sending it forward on that short pass. Now nice shot attempt from Multi, and that one is good at 34 meters. So we are now tied up in the second round. 4 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock.
I mean, it's interesting how often Nameless has set up for these open goal threes. It makes me wonder if they're trying to get these opportunities for these long-range threes, because, man, they have done well to sink them in, and they've taken a couple of other open goal three shots today so far that have been disrupted. So Nameless trying to get this momentum, trying to get this round 2. They want to take it to a best of 3, like you said, but Everest, like we mentioned earlier, every round matters. You can't let one go if they want to be able to challenge up and potentially be a master tier team. So both of these squads really just trying to get these last few points with 4 minutes left in round 2.
And looking for possession at the floor. It's going to sail past that play. The slap coming through, but it's not in. Will be picked up by Hunter. Hunter off the backboard, and he's going to come through. So now a 2-point advantage to Nameless. They were able to come back from that 6-point deficit, and this could be a round 3. We are seeing 3 minutes 30 seconds on the clock. Joust advantage now back to Everest.
I was wondering when Hunter VR was going to engage, when he was going to become active, because he was a big scorer in some previous rounds, some previous series that we saw today already. And so finally he does find himself a 2 from the back of the zone, but will it be enough? 2 points is not a big lead against the likes of Everest. They've proven that they can score plenty of points here against these high-tier teams, so you can't count them out just yet. Can Everest crack the Nameless defense? Maybe this is an opportunity. The great pass, forcing the dive out, doesn't take the shot. Instead, gets Martin, a nice 2-pointer from the back of the goal.
And we can see the Nameless defense playing so aggressively. No one was able to cover Martin III behind the goal. So he'll find those easy 2 points off that dive from Multi. Nameless with possession, sending it right to Miabra. Miabra sending it down, trying to get it through the tube. It will be an interception now in the bubble of Nameless. And the stack trying to come through, getting it at ceiling, and finding the 2 points is Martin III. So now momentum shifts back into the hands of Everest.
It shifts into the hands, the lead shifts into the hands of Everest in a matter of 40 seconds. 4 points instantly drained, and Everest are just like that, contending to shut this down in 2 rounds. They don't want a third. They really don't. But Nameless not going to make this one easy. They're going to continue their attack, and they've done good to answer back to Everest's aggression. 4 unanswered points is exactly what Everest needed. Now they need to buy time, and we'll see what Nameless can do as we get down to this last 2 minutes of round 2.
So with possession will be Steffo, not under pressure just yet as his Nameless stack recovers to defense. And with the shot and the score is Bad Elmo. Multi would be stunned out, not able to contest that shot, as that Nameless stack was trying to find the possession holder to challenge him.
Yeah, and now this lead becomes a lot harder to attack because it's a 2-point lead now. Doesn't matter if they sink a 3, they still need to follow it up with another one, at least a 2. And so we'll see what they can do. I'm sure they're looking for some quick 2s right now because that's going to be the fastest way, most likely, to get points on the board. But Everest's not allowing it. They managed to intercept right out the gate. They've done a great job of playing that midfield defense. And then they pile on. Bad Elmo sinking 2. The lead gets ever higher. what was looking like a potential round 3 suddenly seems to be quickly slipping out of our hands, Sput.
Most definitely. So, like the Mountaineers they are, named after Everest, they're gaining ground. They're climbing this mountain. They're getting this lead, but an interception by Martin III will just take possession away from Nameless, and this 6-point deficit in favor of Everest is going to secure this 2-round sweep.
It's going to secure the 2-round sweep. I got to wonder what it's going to do to the overall rankings. We'll obviously talk a bit about that a few minutes. You know, we have to wait for all these teams to finish up and round out all of their games. Everest aren't done yet. They, again, want to score more points because those points really do matter to continue to attack in the zone. They're not letting up there. Bad Elmo fires in another 2, and I think that's his maybe 8th point in a row.
And when they gained momentum, they definitely did, and they pulled ahead with a wide margin. And with that being said, I'm going to kick it to Strembitsky.
Hey, so that was the series. We saw Everest taking round 1 and round 2, but yeah, for round 2 here, just Conrad the clutch man, you know, hitting opening 3s every single round so far. Everest was playing extra aggressive, of course, because they won the previous round. They would be feeling themselves, of course. So they were sending defenders with speed right into the Nameless offense, right off the joust. So this was unexpected and actually earned Everest a lot of early gets. Multi and Hex, however, kept their team in the game for the most part with some sniper shot 3-pointers. And once Nameless actually got the lead back, we saw some visible nerves in Everest. Their chain got a little bit messier, their passing got a little bit messier, and Nameless was able to take the lead. There's a big momentum swing halfway through, and that's what we all love to see. However, Everest, with their experience is what I'm gonna base that on, they're able to collect themselves and just play the slow passing game. They found possession and played it slow. They didn't miss their passes. They knew what they had to do and they got it done. They found a nice 4-point lead with a minute left, and then they only extended it from there. So yeah, that was the series, a really good one at that. And yeah, what do you think?
I mean, the Challenger Cup delivers is what I think. You know, this was a great way to round off a great couple of matchups. You know, it's been a long day, and we've had, I want to say, 15 matches across the last 5 hours go down. All of them broadcast to all of our varying Echo Arena fanatics out there across all of the varying platforms. Whether it's on venues, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. We appreciate everyone that has tuned in today because it has been a thrilling ride, that is for sure. You know, it's been so fun to tune into. Sput, I mean, what a great day today, huh?
Absolutely. I couldn't have asked for anything more. This was just completely satisfying. It just fantastic games. You know, you couldn't want anything more.
You really couldn't. EU coming out and delivering. We have more games today. You know, this isn't the end of Echo Arena today. We got the NA Challenger Cup in about 3 hours time. I think we are setting up to do a bit of a breakdown, if you will, where we'll talk about the standings, if you will. I think I'm looking at the Challenger Cup now. We still have to wait for that Blank and Neo match to finish. And I think then we'll come back from a brief break and just talk about who's going to be moving on to the Master Tier because, geez, that's what this is all about, right?
Absolutely. I'm just satisfied.
I know.
I'm happy, and we'll be right back.
All right, hello everyone, welcome back. So just to kind of close things off after what was an exciting cup here in Europe, this Challenger Cup first cycle, first time we've been able to do this season, and we're crowning some new Master teams. That was kind of guaranteed about halfway through the streams. We saw all of these Diamond teams showing up, Nightfire and Sputnik and Strambitsky here to cast the majority of them. It was fun, but as we're now seeing, we got one Master team in Hyperion. They're going to be joining the ranks, and just as well, Blank will be joining that Master tier after such a successful season. Congratulations to both of them. Nightfire, what are your thoughts on this day so far?
Well, you know, you gotta be feeling good if you're either one of these teams coming out of a incredibly long day of Echo Arena. I mean, Strem, you play at the high level, you play at that top tier, you know what it's like to go up against competitive teams. To do that for 5 rounds back to back, that's a challenge, am I right?
Yeah, honestly exhausting, especially with this EU meta we talked about. We touched it on earlier, how they're just so much faster. Their stacks just go unpunished. Both teams are just trying to race each other. And yeah, in NA, it's hard to talk about because it's not the same sort of speed. But yeah, just watching these EU players, even I'm getting exhausted, and I'm not even casting like you guys are.
Yeah, it's really fun to tune in, and it was great to tune in with Sput. I mean, like we were saying, the best day of EU that we could have asked for, really.
Just a terrific day of games, and I'm beat. I'm absolutely beat. I mean, you talk about
North America coming up soon.
I know, you talk about the players being beat. I'm beat as a caster, so I can't even imagine how they're feeling. And, you know, just great stuff to all the teams. Thank you all for competing, and you know, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to cast you, and I can't say anything more.
Hey, Sputnik's been definitely killing it this season on the casting end, along with Nightfire, and you know, all our we had Swift here earlier casting a game with me as well. Again, of course, Strambitsky, who you'll be seeing a little bit later as well in North America. We're going to be doing some sideline casting and some main casting, of course, but you know, Stram, I mean, every bit of this, all 8 of them have been really fun, and been enjoying for sure. For those who are wanting to tune in a little bit later on for the North American games, which are no doubt going to be super hyped up, that starts about 3 hours from now. So it's at 3 Pacific time, which is to say
2 hours.
6 Eastern.
No, 3 hours. You're right.
See,
I'm
I
not
could
good at
math
over
I
here.
could, I can math. I can math sometimes. In fairness, I think I misspoke earlier on in the day when I said a few hours. But
Okay.
yeah, so I'll take the heat off of you. I mathed wrong once. But yeah, at 3 Pacific, so 6 Eastern time, we'll have those live on venues once again. We'll have all the channels rocking and rolling with full of casters and full of just the best possible matches you can possibly hope for on this lovely weekend. Anything left from you guys on your end? Or
honestly, if there's anything to hope for, I would just really hope for the NA Challenger Cup to have some round 3s for us, for the audience as well.
Oh yeah, I can feel it coming. If anything, having casted the last couple weeks of these primetime NA slots, it's seemingly been nothing but round 3s and overtimes. I swear to you. So I think we'll have a lot of that. Yeah. And anything else from you guys? Or?
I guess just to reinforce, congratulations again to our
Yes.
winners, Hyperion and Blank, coming out, moving into the Master tier. It was fantastic, you know. Congratulations to them.
Absolutely. Earned their slots there at the top. Fantastic day. Thank you real quick as well to our sponsors, of course, of our streams in our Season 3 of Echo Arena VRML. We've got HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fix Gaming, and VRware.net. And as I always say, you can bet that they are here to support the community and just give a lot of great opportunities as this esport continues to blow up. You know, thanks to our league moderators who've been doing a fantastic job behind the scenes on the season, as well as behind the scenes just today, trying to keep things all organized for us on the casting end. So thank you to Wit, Dano McFabulous, Sir Dimwee, Burnsy, Nada, Alakos, Wolfo, Panda, Arrow Knight, Captain Wigglepants, and Akeka Higashi, all our great league moderators, as well as Dakenman, Mama Verds, Princess, and Gilligan, our league governors. Gilligan, who was also casting over on Channel 2 for this whole stream. So yeah, a lot of great stuff. But from the casting end of things, yeah, it's been fun. I've been Palador. That's been Nightfire, Sputnik Cobra, Strembitsky, so much for subtlety on the cameras, Swift as well for joining us earlier on. Thank you to everyone. Be happy, healthy, safe, and be good to each other. And we'll see you again in a few hours.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.